We're turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Welcome in, DFW. Glad to have each and every one of you on board on this post-draft edition of UNC Radio here on 105.3 The Fan. That is the three-time Hall of Famer, the one, the only, the legend himself, Mr. Chris Arnold.
Got you down.
And, of course, I am Fred Davis, and if you've been listening for the last hour, you already know who's behind the glass on the ones, twos, and threes. Chest hair just out there for the world to see. I'll tell you what, it may be overcast outside, but it's hairy as all get out here in the studio. Trevor, the creator.
How does that pertain to fall?
I can't hear you right now because I'm still...
of course. I'm just going to say words. Fred, you're a beautiful man.
Whatever you have
there
to
you go.
say. And that's kind of why I said what I said, knowing that I wouldn't hear a word he said.
That's all right. He's got a lot of hockey stuff to talk a little bit later.
He does.
We're going to talk some
10 o'clock.
stars.
Stay
We're going
tuned
to
for
talk
that.
about some Rangers. We're going to talk about the Mavericks Cooper Flag when they're going to announce the Rookie of the Year. We're going to talk about all those things. We got all kinds of guests calling in about the football and the draft and the whole 9 yards. But, Fred, I don't know about you. I was in the Tarrant County area. I was in L.A., Lower Arlington, L.A.
Out there, man.
Yeah. It was dicey last night. All that tornado watching, hail, and once you got over past 35, to Dallas County, Ellis County, it was dry, and it was just moving across, and then it just stopped on Fort Worth.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell? It was just pouring all over TCU. By the way, shout out to TCU's own tight end DJ Rogers. He got signed a free agent deal with the Cowboys last night.
Yes, he did.
Just throwing that out there.
And spent all 5 years at TCU, which is an anomaly these days.
Wink, wink, nod, nod, pandemic stuff. He learned the, what's that quarterback from Georgia, that trick?
Stetson Bennett.
He learned that trick. All these guys learned that trick. But yeah, we'll see what he bring to the room.
Hey, well, he's going to have competition in that tight end room.
Yeah. I'm not going to assume he's making. I don't want to.
No, I'm with you on that.
And at this point right here, I don't want to really dive into the Cowboys stuff. I want to just kind of shout out a couple of people locally who got drafted, who got signed, and they will continue to get signed. There's a kid who played in the Big 12 for Arizona, but he's from here. He ran track at Bishop Dunn Middle School with my son, Alex. His name is Keith Abney.
Okay.
Keith Abney went to Waxahachie High School, and he got drafted by the Detroit Lions in the 4th round.
There you go. So
shout out to him. And again, shout out to if you got somebody that you know locally. Yeah, text us so we can shout them out, give them a shout out for the shows.
I'm glad you said that while we're doing this. Let's see if our boy, I got to see where our boy Ahmad Moses ended up. I got to see where my boy Ahmad Moses ended up yesterday because he was going to be a UDFA more than likely. They thought there was a puncher's chance that he might get drafted, but we'll see where he ended up. And I'm looking it up right now, and I don't see anything just off the top of the page yet, but we shall wait and see.
I always say there's so much talent in the Dallas-Fort Worth, North Texas area.
That's insane.
Oh, my God. If you could just be one school to gather up a bunch of them, maybe your school could win a state championship. Or maybe, again, the Cowboys, if they just have their draft day and have just the local guys show up on their Dallas day where they just look at, guys showing up at the Star. They used to do that back at Texas Stadium. Gil Brandt started that thing way back in the day where, local guys get the chance to make the team. Dude, there is so much talent here. I mean, it's just, who just signed the biggest contract, a wide receiver contract in NFL history a couple of weeks ago?
Our boy Rockwall's own.
Ding, 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 ding.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I could go on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. The local talent here is insane. And so, again, props to anybody that got drafted, about to sign that free agent deal. They got the first thing coming up. You got the rookie camps, then you got the mini camps, and then you got the OTAs. You got a little break in there so nobody get in trouble, and then you go off to training camp in Oxnard. And of course, this is home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan. We got you down.
Hey man, it's going to be here before you know it. Blink and you miss it, as we like to say here on Fan After Dark type of radio. And it's funny, and we're going to see. Like you said, we're efforting. We got Nick Harris coming on in the next segment, so obviously we're going to talk to him. But the one thing, being on Twitter, being on the social medias and everything like that, and once again, shout out to the entire folks over there with all the Cowboys, DallasCowboys.com, our very own, obviously, Brous, Wooly Bully put in work. Our boy Vach Lombardi put in work. Kyle Yeomans put in work. I mean, listen to those guys on Friday and Saturday.
Non-stop.
Because the one thing, and I can't remember who, and again, you know me, social media. I mean, it was the content was flowing fast and furious over the weekend. But it's like somebody said, this year, this year's draft was about the sickos because it wasn't a name dominant draft. Okay,
correct.
We didn't have 5 or 6 quarterbacks.
Right.
We really didn't have a lot of draft picks and trades flying in the first round. I don't know about you, but we were out. Blake and I were out at the and shout out to everybody who went out to all the pluckers across the entire DFW. We were holding it down in Fort Worth over in the City View area, and it was hard to pick those picks, man. I mean, you had
because you don't know the names.
You didn't,
and you got all the. Again, you say it for the sickos. I always like to say team building is a sport, and I used to always say the draft. There's so many angles to this thing.
Boy, there sure
and this
is.
is what I figured out. The draft is basically a poker game. When I say it's a poker game, you're looking at these other teams. In other words, there's depth other than just making a pick. Somebody makes a trade. What does that mean? What does that mean they're going to do later? It's a poker game.
No, it really
and so there's a lot of people who are invested, and like you said, sickos. The ones who are invested are like, I want to watch the poker game play it out. In other words, when the Cowboys made that trade with Philadelphia, a lot of people are like, how the hell do you trade with your arch rival? And then Howie does all the maneuvers and makes Philadelphia better, as he always does. But all the experts across the country said the Cowboys did that thing. They did a fantastic job of the draft this year. It wasn't like, I don't know, this might not work out. They said the Cowboys get an A. Everybody's an A.
You got to feel good. I mean, I'll be honest. The fact that you came away with Caleb Downs at 11 and you don't need to be
best player in the draft.
You don't need to be Mel Kiper or Todd McShay to figure this out. I mean, that was the draft gods shining down on you. All right,
exactly,
and that was.
But I like the fact that they moved up one spot because they didn't want to take a chance.
You went and got your guy.
Because you don't know if Miami makes that trade to somebody.
They're fielding calls from somebody else.
Because guess what happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers at 20 or at 19? They thought they had their guy, and all of a sudden, Nick
Harris will tell the story next because he did a great job, and of course he was all over. That's and again, it didn't hurt either that there's probably no love lost between Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys.
Exactly.
Okay, and so that's all.
Took Mike's guy. Steelers
took Mike's guy while he's on the phone with him.
On
I mean,
TV.
That's next level right there. That's next level. But it also shows to me, and again, look. You've been doing this for a long time. You know this Dallas Cowboys organization inside and out, and you've been doing it well before Jerry Jones took over. I've only been doing this for 3 years, but I know look, when I got here 2 years ago, all the fans and the overarching feeling was you had just gotten embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers at home.
And Jerry said, we're all in. And they did.
And they couldn't have even been more opposite of being all in. Okay.
It was opposite.
So let me ask you this. So let's just juxtapose where we were at 2 years ago following that. And let's be real, we haven't been in the playoffs. The Cowboys haven't been in the playoffs since.
Nope.
But in those 2 years, you went out and you got Shoddy, who everybody universally panned. I mean, there was a handful of us. Raise your hand if you were on the Shoddy bandwagon. I'll go ahead and put a feather in my own cap for that.
How is he a 50-year-old assistant coach and never got a gig? Head coach.
Nobody else was trying to hire.
He's like, how does this
And by the way, I mean, I even asked, and I asked Bobby Belt when we were, 6 games into that to McCarthy's last season. I asked him point blank, what does Brian Schottenheimer do for this team? Because McCarthy calls the offense. He's the game plan guy. Like, what does Schotty do as part of this offense? And he said, well, he's a liaison. He wins the press conference. I mean, Bobby unknowingly, unless Bobby did know, and Bobby, if you knew, let us know, 877-881-1053. But Bobby laid it out that day, like week 6 of that season, when Schotty was on nobody. I mean, we didn't even know McCarthy was going to get fired. I mean, there was rumblings, but anyway. Here we are now in this offseason. You've got Christian Parker, who, if you're buying stock in humans,
he's brilliant.
I don't know that there's a bigger stock. He's the Apple and Amazon of defensive coaches right now.
34-year-old genius.
Okay, because everything he's touched thus far, which we haven't even seen him coaching down a football yet.
Oh, but listen to this. This is where it gets good with Christian Parker, CP. He's 34-year-old genius. If you heard his presser, you know he's got a way of breaking down things, and everybody says, well, this dude knows what he's talking about.
This dude's different.
And he says, we're not going to run a 3-4 defense. It's going to have a wide 9 technique, which means it's flexible, and you got to know how to run his defense. He explains what he's doing so well, and then they start getting the guys that he wants to match his defense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In other words, they got to be intelligent, which Downs is arguably the most intelligent player drafted this weekend. Downs is. He's the smartest guy. He's arguably the best player. That people will say that. I mean, you cross the board. The other guys that got drafted in front of him, that was a need basis. You see where I'm going with this? At the same time, what I love about what CP's doing, Christian Parker, they've got 9 new defensive players. Not only these 5 players that they drafted on the weekend, but they got 9 overall.
Well,
with the trades and whatnot.
Winters.
That's what I'm going. The trade for the 49ers. I'm just telling you, this is all focused on building what Christian Parker wants to do. And he talked to these guys. I'm talking about the draft picks, about how smart they are. Are you smart enough to handle what I'm bringing?
Yeah.
And they can. And Downs, everybody says he's the smartest safety since Darren Woodson on this organization.
Yeah.
So with that, and Darren Woodson blessed it online. Is a yes, and Darren Woodson don't do that often. So with that being said, I'm like, they're cooking. They're cooking. Something's going to happen defensively. And the other thing about this, like I said, 9 moves.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the draft.
Right.
You realize they got 7 guys who were former draft picks, or is a first round draft pick. I'm talking first round draft picks on this team now.
Yeah.
7 guys that over this offseason, which was completely opposite from 2 years ago when Jerry said, I'm all in. And I said what he was all in on was letting it run back again, same way, and McCarthy gets fired.
I thought you did, because that was when you and I first started doing radio together, and that was the rally cry from the fans that if you mentioned Jerry Jones, the all-in chant, and people were ready to lose their minds.
They're disgusted.
Okay, I mean, you just
did nothing.
You had 2 huge hits in a row that rocked this fan base.
And again, I'm going to say this. I think Jerry Jones was saying all in because he wanted to fire McCarthy after the Green Bay game, and Steven talked him out of it. And I think Steven, I'm just paraphrasing, I'm just guessing. He said, just let us run it back. Okay, I'm all in. I'll let you do. We ain't making no moves. Run it back. Same thing.
And you've been telling me this, and if I've learned anything from watching Jerry Jones and how he operates, Jerry has a way with words.
Yes, he does.
Okay, and Jerry's going to tell you one thing, and there is like a subtle kind of undertone to everything he says and does.
Yeah, read between the lines.
Okay, you have one thing I've learned from covering this football team over the last couple of years is Jerry the GM and Jerry the businessman are 2 totally different people.
Correct.
All right, and I think that's one thing. And look, I'm not telling Cowboy fans, and when you're a Cowboy fan and you haven't had a Super Bowl or an NFC Championship game in 30 years,
correct,
you don't want to hear that.
No.
Okay, you don't care. It's easy for me to say that because I'm new to this and from the Cowboys standpoint of things, and so I'm not as emotionally scarred as people are the last 30 years because every time it's around, every time you're around Jerry Jones, it's what we did in 1995.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's cool, but when you've got a whole fan base of people, I mean, my co-host wasn't even born yet.
Generation.
You've got an entire generation of fans.
A Super Bowl trophy in this town.
We've never seen an NFC Championship.
Right.
have seen, 2 or 3 playoff wins, period?
Even the teams that used to not be able to get there past you, they're called the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. They've done it now.
Yes.
They've already done it.
Every team in your division has been to an NFC championship or won a Super Bowl in the time since you've been back.
Yep.
And if Kobe Durant is listening, if you're a new Tola, I know you're new to the area, 877-881-1053. Can we let's go ahead and just make this, let's just go ahead and get this number thing done. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no reason why Kobe, and look, I'm not saying Kobe Durant isn't going to be a solid football player for your Dallas Cowboys, all right? But let's go ahead and get this number 2 thing fixed and squared away.
Yeah,
okay. We ain't running out to buy number 2 Kobe Durant jerseys.
Nope.
Okay.
Straighten it out.
Let's go ahead and get it. And I know, and I think he was number 14 in Dallas, or excuse me, in LA.
Yeah.
Now is Wanyate? No. I think it's Bell. Marquise Bell is number 14.
Yeah.
I think.
We got to figure it out.
Either way,
he can change his jerseys all the time.
I don't care. Kobe, look, do what you got to do, my man. If you want to make a public declaration here on the radio today, this morning, let's do it. All right? Because at the end, you don't want Jerry to have to step in.
No.
Because Jerry will.
Yeah, ask CD Lamb. CDU will be number 88.
That's it. And I mean, Kobe Durant is going to be number 2. That's what, and those, I'm going to tell you right now, number 2 jerseys, not to say that Cowboy jerseys don't fly off the shelf as already enough, but that number 2 is about to do numbers. All right. Once we confirm that Kobe Durant is once we confirm that Caleb Downs is going to be number 2, there's going to be so many damn number 2 jerseys floating around this DFW, it'll make your head spin. I'm telling you right now, it's about to be on and popping. I'm excited about it, and so should you. All right, we got a loaded show today. It is a Sunday morning here on 105.3 The Fan. Fred Davis, Chris Arnold, and of course the one, the only Mr. Trevor the Creator. We got some folks coming in. We are going to do Fatties on the phone, a.k.a. Tolos on the telephone, however you identify. That's going to go down at 10:40. We want to hear your thoughts on this draft. Did Jerry cook or not? We'll have a CA Story Confidential. We haven't had one of those on here because we've been doing 3-hour shows, right? Yeah. And we've been packed to the gills today. But we got elbow room today. CA Stories Confidential. That's going down at 11:40. You do not want to miss that. We are efforting to get other folks on the show to talk all things Dallas Cowboys draft as well. We will take a trip, a Fred and Chris special. We will take a drive around the DFW as we do every Sunday morning here on the show, talking all things Stars, Rangers. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put this out there right now. I don't like the City Connect jerseys. I don't like them. Okay? The T looks generic. It's just a bright red uniform. I'm sorry. And by the way, you got your ass kicked in them. Okay? Bring the other ones back. The other ones, though, I mean, there's nothing special about them. I'm all for Tejas. I'm all for representing and shouting out the Hispanic community, okay? But we can do that in the old ones, too. The old ones look 10 times better.
Make it powder blue.
Oh, do something, man. I'm sorry. But these new ones I'm just not feeling. And do we have an Evo problem? Do we have an Evo problem? We'll discuss that later on in the show as well. We may get to some Trevor's good news. I've got it penciled in, but we may go ahead and kick it out just because that's what we do here on the show. But when we come back, this guy was everywhere this weekend. Maybe, just maybe, the best beat reporter in the business, the one, the only Nick Harris from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram joins us next. Did he get hailed on? I don't know. We'll find out next. This is 105 The Fan.
The more time you give, the more our crush grows. Together we continue to build something special. Keep turning it on and leaving it on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear: extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for ambitious business owners in your area to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a local business ready to assist with Amazon deliveries, sign up today at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hello, Dallas. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Drew McIntyre here from WWE. Wielding the Claymore can be a life of chaos. When I'm not dominating in the ring, Chumba Casino is how this warrior takes a wee break. With hundreds of online social games and new weekly releases, there's always something fresh to try. And those daily boosts, next level. Even my free time feels like Valhalla. So when life feels like a battle, kick up your feet, have some fun, and let's Chumba.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T's and C's. 21 plus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
Hey, Mom. Now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, rock star. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, USDA Choice Nolan Ryan Angus Boneless Chuck or Shoulder Roasts are only $6.97 a pound with your card. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
If opening your windows feels like a full-body workout, or worse, they don't open at all, we've got a problem. And that's where Window Nation comes in. Right now, it's their more you buy, the more you save sale. Save up to 50% off your windows plus 0% financing for 5 years. These are custom-built, energy-efficient windows measured 3 times, installed in a day, and backed by a lifetime warranty. Over 3 million windows installed, 45,000 plus 5-star reviews. You can trust them. Don't deal with bad windows another day. Schedule your free consultation now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Most car buyers don't know this. The longer your loan, the more likely you are to owe more than your car is worth. Millions of drivers are stuck in 6- and 7-year loans facing negative equity. Leasing with D&M avoids that trap, letting you drive the car you want without years of depreciation. For 50 years, Texans have trusted D&M to keep payments under control and drive smarter. Call 817 or 972-35-LEASE or visit dmautoleasing.com. D&M Leasing, the smarter way Texans drive.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Hey, Tolos, RJ Choppy here, my good friends over at QC Kinetics. Did you know there is nothing more meaningful that you could do for yourself, your family, your friends, than finally getting rid of that joint pain that you have so you can enjoy your time with them, especially as we head into vacation season. QC Kinetics, they help me out. They can help you out, too. I had joint pain, right elbow, right shoulder, left elbow, left shoulder. I went to QC Kinetics within 2 sessions. I was 100%. This is after a couple of years of surgery shatter and after a couple of years of steroid injections. QC Kinetics takes care of your pain in the office so you can go right on with your day. It's that simple. Say yes to QC Kinetics. If you've got joint pain, If you've got pain that's keeping you from getting a good night's sleep, if you've got pain that keeps having you say no to activities that you want to do, QC Kinetics can help you out. 972-972-8610. 972-972-8610. Dallas, Fort Worth, Plano, Grapevine, QC Kinetics. 972-972-8610.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
What a read. My man is on one this morning. I'll tell you what. That is Hooked on Phonics. Worked for Trevor. Let's get that straight. Can we get you? We need to get you in a Hooked on Phonics endorsement deal.
Is Hooked on Phonics even a thing anymore?
I don't know. Let's find out. 877-881-1053. If it's not, let's bring it back. So. What's old is new again. Remember that. I'll tell you what. This next guy doesn't need
like
Hooked on
Junction.
Phonics. That's it. Maybe a little Reading Rainbow sprinkled in for good measure. But I'll tell you what. This next guy doesn't need Hooked on Phonics. Maybe. You know, I don't want to say. I don't want to. Look, I don't want to disparage anybody because the DFW was ablaze with draft coverage over the last few weeks and these last few days. This guy was just one of many that was putting it at work, talking all things Dallas Cowboys draft, the one, the only from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, maybe pound for pound one of the best beat writers in all of the National Football League, Mr. Nick Harris. Nick, I saw your I saw your tweet last night. You had to lay down. You had to take a nap. You were worn out. Are we feeling refreshed today and ready to get back after it?
Whatever, like 75% is of refreshed. I probably need to pick up that other 25% as the day goes along. But no, feeling good. I appreciate you, fellas.
That's all right. Hey, look, man, like I said, you'd be ready to play. You're ready to play. You're here. You're here at 9:20, and let's get back after it. I mean, look, now, if you get a call from another radio station, a la Pittsburgh Steelers style, then we might have a beef. But anyway, what was
Great job.
100%. Outside of that story, pretty much going viral, what was your biggest takeaway from this draft weekend for your Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, it has to start up top, right? And just seeing that board fall the way that it did, and them being, aggressive enough to be able to hop that one spot, give up those 2 5th-round picks, and take Caleb Downs. And then later in the first round, looking at the board and saying, okay, we'd like to have some day 3 capital. Let's figure out how to pick it back up. And they end up walking away from night 1 with more draft capital than they had going in. And they picked Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence along the way. I couldn't have imagined of a much more successful first round for this team, and they certainly felt that way too. And the party's definitely stretched into Friday morning for that group, and rightfully so.
Hey, Nick, I was comparing this year's draft. We were talking about there's not any like big names or like a bunch of quarterbacks, and people normally over the years they look for those big names. I was saying this is like a poker game, and you're just watching the strategies of all the different teams, like guys with cards in their hands, and wonder what they're up to. And when you went viral on the Cowboys trading down from 20 to 23, and quote unquote with Philadelphia, the arch enemy, and you know how Philadelphia does things, and then Pittsburgh gets through, gets basically. I want you to break it down what happened, because people know that Mike McCarthy is now the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The draft was in Pittsburgh, and it's like, what dude was on the phone, on TV? Please break this down on that strategy and what went down, because, like I said, it went viral for a reason. It was because of you.
Yeah, this is more so about how Pittsburgh felt about things rather than what Dallas actually did. From the Dallas standpoint, there was just a conversation with Howie Roseman about moving back to 23. From the Pittsburgh standpoint, they felt like they got duped by Dallas in the sense of they were under the complete understanding Dallas is going to take defense. They were ready to take Mekhi Lemon at pick number 21, so much so that they called Mekhi Lemon in the green room. And little do they know, Philadelphia trades up to 20, and they end up taking Lemon instead. Lemon has to hang up on the Steelers and answer the Eagles' phone call because he's being selected there. And so there were people in Pittsburgh that felt like the Cowboys figured out what the Steelers' strategy was going to be there at 21, and they figured out how to get draft capital and use that in the negotiation with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, that did not happen from the Dallas standpoint. That's been told to me by multiple people. Mm-hmm. However, much of that, you want to put forth, I do believe that, at the end of the day, because it's like they don't care who takes Mekhi Lemon. They're trying to get their day 3 capital back. But from the Pittsburgh standpoint, with the draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a record crowd, ended up taking a player that the fans did not like, and Maxi Iheanacho. I really liked the player, but fans didn't necessarily come away with the same feelings. It was kind of some draft lore that I think had to be settled on Saturday, and it's good waters over there in Pittsburgh now, so everything's fresh. But it was just kind of a funny story hearing that from the Pittsburgh side, being like, man, why did Dallas do this? Dallas. I was like, I don't know, man. I think you're looking for someone to blame other than yourselves about how that situation went down.
Right. Again, and Dallas is the villain in the state of Pennsylvania because, Pittsburgh in the Super Bowls and whatnot, and then the Eagles, the division, so.
Yeah, and there's also some lore going back to 2014 when the Cowboys were getting ready to select Ryan Shazier, and they were looking into moving up.
That's right.
Potentially looking into moving up one spot to do that. And they were on the phone with Pittsburgh when they selected Ryan Shazier, and maybe they felt duped in that moment. So there was some people in the war room at Pittsburgh that were like, are they trying to get us back from 12 years ago? It ended up working for the Cowboys. They picked a guy by the name of Zach Martin.
Oh, yeah.
But,
they had to settle for Zach Martin.
Yeah, exactly. At least they didn't settle for Johnny Football. That was,
that was Jerry's pick.
A lot of Cowboys fans cared about that day.
Yep.
All right, now the other, and we'll talk a little bit more draft here, but one other big move that was made over the weekend on Friday that may loom as large as any other pick outside of Caleb Downs is the trading for D. Winters and solidifying that linebacker room because, again, you were sitting there at 92. It didn't feel like you were going to get the caliber of linebacker you needed, especially with the dearth of linebackers that's already on this roster. A little bit about that D. Winters move, what you know about what went into it, and, does it strike you as, again, for as much as we've talked about the Pittsburgh and Dallas grudge that's going on right now, are you surprised at all about the, kind of suddenly happy trade partners with the Niners and Cowboys suddenly?
Yeah, so Stephen Jones and John Lynch are pretty tight. That goes back to their competition committee and responsibilities and them working close together on a lot of things throughout the year. But, for D. Winters, I don't think it necessarily solidifies the linebacker room, but I think it gives it a very solid starting point toward building what it looks like for the rest of the offseason. If you ask me, you're looking at the room and you see what is still available out on the free agent market, I would be hitting up Bobby Wagner. I've been hammering that point home for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, forever, man.
You have a guy in D. Winters that is young and has starting experience. I think it's a starting caliber linebacker, absolutely. But if you bring in a guy like Bobby Wagner, that only elevates the room. I don't see how it doesn't. And I think, with the experience that Wagner has with Schottenheimer, he's going to understand the culture he's trying to build in Dallas. And, as these guys are trying to learn a new defense here in the coming weeks, a veteran like Bobby Wagner would be huge to have there in the middle. But talking about D. Winters specifically, downhill ability, he's getting better in coverage with every game that he starts. He got a lot of trust from that 49ers defensive staff for being able to step in when they had injuries to Fred Warner, and 17-game starter last year. And I think it gives you, again, a very safe floor to where to start from in case things don't work out for the rest of the offseason, and adding depth to that room to where if you roll out in week one and you're starting linebackers off ball or D. Winters and DeMarvion Overshown, then I think you're okay. But I still think they could make that room better at the end of the day.
I totally agree. And also, Nick, I wanted to ask your advice or opinion on this because I was saying this earlier as well. Christian Parker is so smart. Defense coordinator, he's a brilliant guy. He's only 34, but he's brilliant. And I like the fact that because the defense was number 32 in the league scoring, and they giving up scoring, and they broke all these Cowboys records, giving up all these points, right? And they basically have a clean slate. There's a few pieces you want to keep for sure, but it's not like he has to match his defense to the talent that they have. They're letting him build the team, the defensive team that he wants. Can you talk about how that should be an advantage compared to years past? And in a way, with the draft and the free agency and the trades, I think they're going to be decent defensive. But just tell me about the matchup on the leeway that Christian Parker has.
Yeah, no pun intended, CA. You got it down. I think with CP, I think when they brought him in, they told him, "Hey, we're going to entrust you with how to build this roster and personnel to what your scheme is going to look like." And I think it's something like 15 or 16 new faces at this point compared to this time last year. And that's a big point for CP. And being able to look at guys like Jalen Thompson and Jerry Jones, I think said it best on Thursday night after the first round. He's like, I've been brainwashed this spring about the nickel position and how important it is. And I think Christian Parker is a direct representative of that. He mentioned it in his introductory press conference that his nickel is going to be the most important player potentially on that side of the ball. And they go out and they get a guy like Caleb Downs who's going to step in and play nickel day one. And that's going to be a huge chess piece for them. And arguably, again, their most important player. And so, yeah, when you look at this defense, how it's been built, how it's been constructed, sure, a lot of front office input and a lot of scouting department input. Will McClay's staff has done a fantastic job as well. But it has fit what Christian Parker's vision has been for that side of the ball since he arrived in January.
All right, one guy that we've kind of lost focus on, and for being a Dallas Cowboys pick, it doesn't happen very often that you're a first round pick and we kind of lose sight of you. But Malachi Lawrence, I mean, and for good reason. I mean, look, we're all kind of in Caleb Downs mode right now. But Malachi Lawrence, I don't know. I mean, he was a fast riser there towards the end. As we got closer to the draft, he was a guy that worked his way in. We talked about what kind of physicality this guy brings. He's blazing off the edge. A little bit about what the Cowboys are getting with Malachi Lawrence at that 23 pick.
Yeah, Eric Ellingworth, he's the Southeast area scout for the Cowboys. And he had always had Lawrence kind of on his radar. UCF is one of his, annual trips that he makes during the season and fall camp and whatnot. And he was told about Lawrence last year during the season. And as the season began, and Lawrence is having an awesome year. It's like, my goodness, I think we need to get, some more eyes on this guy. So they fly down Chris Vaughn. Chris Vaughn goes down there, and Ellingworth is basically like, hey, back up what my eyes are seeing here. Chris Vaughn's like, yeah, this is his dude. And then Will McClay in November, he watches him, puts him through the system, and then now they really have an eval going on Malachi Lawrence. And then, so you say, quick riser in the process, but I think from the Cowboys standpoint, they actually had a heads up, or a head start rather, on the rest of the teams in the NFL on getting the eval right on this guy. And then whenever Christian Parker came into the building just a couple of months later, Malachi Lawrence was a guy that he fell in love with during the draft process. Really liked what he brought from a pass rush standpoint. Thought he was perfect for the scheme that they're trying to build. And that's eventually what they're going to end up getting here early on, is that pass rush impact. His pass rush plan is so huge. He's got multiple moves that he can counter with. There's a first, second, and third option for him. And you don't see that necessarily from young edge rushers. And he's going to bring that. And I think he has ability to add weight to his frame as well to help in his run defense. I think it's going to end up being a pretty solid pick. As far as year one goes, I think you're probably going to see rotational pass down snaps to try to just pin his ears back and go get the quarterback. Think about what Dante Fowler did in 2023 for that defense and coming on the field on passing downs and just trying to be fresh legs coming out there and wearing down offensive tackles. I think that's going to kind of be Lawrence's role as he works with Donovan Ezraku and Rashawn Gary, James Houston, these other guys. But overall, it could end up being a really solid pick when we look back 3-4 years from now.
I like exactly what you're saying, because he makes plays. If you looked at the tape, all he does is make plays. And he got the stats behind it. But more importantly, there's a lot of people kind of discredit. Well, UCF, a small college where they didn't play against. That's Big 12.
That's a Big 12
That's
school.
Big 12. I'm talking about nationally. That's a Big 12 school. They played everybody in the Big 12. So you cannot say he hadn't gone up against some great talent just because he didn't go to Alabama or something.
Yeah, it's not just that. They have like 45,000 students.
I was going to say, they have the largest enrollment in the state of Florida. So, no.
One of my high school buddies from back in the day, that's all he's a big UCF supporter and comes to Dallas all the time for those games.
And if memory serves, weren't they the 2017 national champions?
That's what they said, because they were undefeated.
Right. I mean, look, don't shoot the messenger, Nick.
We had a kid.
I'm just spitting facts over here.
Nick, I don't know if you were in the locker room that day. This is middle of the week one. I forgot the guy's name. He was defensive lineman that they got from UCF, and he was going over and over again about how they were the real national champions, arguing in the locker room with some of these other players, and Amari Cooper and a couple other guys were saying where's your ring? Where's your ring? No, all the Alabama guys said, shut up, where's your ring?
If you don't have the jewelry, that's hard to
prove.
It
was funny. He was making a case for where's your ring?
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll have to wait and see. We'll ask our boy Lawrence that when he gets here. All right, last question from me, just kind of a little tongue-in-cheek action here. What's the countdown on when Kobe Durant gives up this number 2?
Yeah, there's going to have to be some big negotiations there. I'm very fascinated to see how that ends up going.
I mean, what are we doing, right?
Come on, man.
I mean, what are we doing? I mean, God bless Kobe Durant. I mean, we all think he's going to be a solid piece, but mean, come on. What are we trying to do here, right? I mean,
No. Hey, if it's me, I'm telling Caleb Downs, no, you got to earn what you need, what you want. Kobe Durant's on a 1-year deal anyway. Go wear that 18 or 37 or whatever the hell. You'll be all right. You can get your number 2 next year.
Man, I tell you what, look, I think don't let Jerry get involved. Don't let Jerry get involved because I think that's what it may come down to. Nick, great stuff from you as always.
Yes,
Where can the folks at home, if they're not following you already, shame on them, where can they find you out on the socials?
Yeah, /Star Telegram, come give us a read. We got so much content from the weekend, and then Nick Harris, FWST on Twitter.
My man, go get some sleep, go get some rest, or do whatever it is you need to do. Great stuff from you as always, my friend.
Thank you, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
There you have it, the one, the only Mr. Nick Harris, Star Telegram. Great stuff from him. Go give him a follow. He's been an absolute dog all weekend long. And, of course, we've got Mr. Brian Broaddus. He's going to join us at 11 o'clock. Uh-oh.
Vach Lombardi, his partner in crime, 10:20.
Boom. So Vach joins us at 10:20. We got half of Crown Global Media coming on here in this morning as well. So, all right, let's recap a little bit of what he had to say. Let's get some of your text messages in the mix as well. 877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. We've got audio from the weekend as well. What a weekend it's been right here on 105.3 The Fan.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know which way to Specs. Come on, let's go. Specs Wine Spirits and Fine Foods. World-class service, that's all about you. Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low priced, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
Hey, Tolo, Sean and RJ here with the official coffee of the morning show. Just love coffee. The coffee is legit, specialty roasted, up for Roaster of the Year. It's one of those spots you notice the difference after you take that first sip in the morning of Just Love Coffee.
Smooth, balanced, not that burnt, bitter taste you get from a lot of other places, and real food made from scratch. That makes all the difference. Just an awesome, easy place to be. Just Love Coffee in Grand Prairie and Arlington. Tell them Sean and RJ sent you to Just Love.
Winter weather can cause damage to your roof, and if you've got roof leaks currently or you haven't had a roof inspection in a couple of years, we encourage you to call Blue Nail Roofing and Construction for a free roof assessment and inspection. Finding and repairing roof damage early can save you money and also extend the life of your roof. Call today to schedule your assessment, 855-255-1975, 855-255-1975, BlueNailRoofing.com. Wind or hail, call Blue Nail.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide, our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Hola, Dallas. The FIFA World Cup 2026 is almost here, and Verizon is putting you right in the action. Bring the whole familia to the network America relies on and get 4 lines of unlimited welcome for just $25 per line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus, stream the FIFA World Cup 2026 by adding Fox One to catch every goal. Get ready. Visit your nearest store and switch to Verizon. For new customers activating 4 new smartphone lines, $20 monthly credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited welcome 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Fox One perk requires line subscribe to my plan. Must be 18 plus years or older. Additional terms apply.
The NHL playoffs are here, and now you can trade every game on Kelsey. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. Tampa Bay is trading at 13% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $673 if they take the Stanley Cup. With Kelsey, official partner of the NHL, you're trading against other people in the live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in and out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kelsey app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI. Kelsey. Trade on anything.
It's Zach Wolchuk and Brian Broaddus for The Fan, and we've been breaking down the best college players. But thanks to East Dallas Diesel, Brian and I have teamed up with Dallas Animal Services to evaluate some future best friends. What do you like about Rafi, Brian?
I'll tell you what, Zach. Yeah, Rafi would make an amazing addition to a home looking for a playful, affectionate, and loyal companion. He's a total love bug and snuggler. Friendly and great with kids and other dogs. Very trainable and obeys orders, and he's potty trained. A first rounder in my book, Zach.
Rafi is ready to be your best friend. Go see Rafi and all of our adoptable besties at 1053thefan.com/adopt.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get the Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
Back-to-back killer reads right there. Back-to-back. Hooked on Phonics if you're listening. 877-881-1053.
He's trying to jinx you.
Let's get this. Let's reach out to the sales staff and see what we need to do to get this done, to move this forward.
I is good at read.
Hooked on Phonics worked for you.
What was their tagline? I don't even remember their tagline.
I think that was it. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. That was literally it. We'll find it. I'm sure it's on the YouTubes.
Kind of lame.
877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. I reached out to my boy John Smith, and yes, that's his actual name. The agent for Ahmad Moses. If you're a fatty and a true Tolo, you caught him on the Fan After Dark last week when we had him on. He was in studio for an hour, an absolutely incredible kid. He's from Mansfield, went to Mansfield Summit, was an absolute dog there, went to SMU, played there all 4 years. And unfortunately for him, I mean, look, the kid was well on his way to being a mid-round day 2 pick, and then at the combine, they found a herniated disc.
Ouch.
Which he didn't even know about.
Right.
Which he didn't even, and you know, we talked about it with him, never missed a game at SMU in 4 years. All right. I mean, the kid never been hurt, never missed a game. He said, I hadn't missed a game since 8th grade when it comes to playing football. Okay.
But if he gets... And he's going to have a bad back. And they get, oh, man.
Well, they asked him if he'd ever had any neck problems. He said, well, I've had a few stingers, right? So they do the full body scan at the combine. They find that he's got a herniated disc in his neck, which he didn't know about. So he had to have that surgery done. So he's been cleared. Good. I want to say he got cleared the day after he did the show with us. And so I reached out to his agent, and he said, look, they want to get he's got to get a full, clean bill of health before he'll get signed by a football team. So, again, 2 teams to keep an eye on. The the Dallas Cowboys, as we all know, definitely could use a kid like him. He plays nickel. He plays free. So, you kind of like him from that standpoint. And then, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, who are definitely in need of some D-back help as well. So 2 teams that we'd love to see our boy Ahmad go to, and we will keep you posted on that because he is a friend of the show as well. Okay, 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. That is the Frankel & Frankel injury attorney text line. We're also going to do Fatties on the phone, Totals on the telephone, however you identify. That's going to go down at 10:40, and then, of course, Vach Lombardi at 10:20, and Mr. Brian Broaddus at 11 o'clock. And then, of course, we'll have a CA Stories Confidential. Do you want to tease what that story is going to look like, or what it might sound like?
Okay. Back in the day, I brought some of the Dallas Cowboys backstage at Texas Stadium to meet Michael Jackson and the Jacksons on that victory tour. And they put it in People magazine. I'm going to tell you all about that.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Because Michael,
that movie came out.
Yeah, it came out. I saw the movie. Let me explain this movie for you.
You saw the movie
I
already?
saw the movie Friday night, yeah. Saw the movie. It's absolutely amazing. It's epic.
Is it Ray level good?
No. Here's the difference. The critics, they want the dirt.
They do.
The fans, I explain it like this. It's like Fast and the Furious. That's a popcorn movie. You're not looking for dirt.
We're not looking for depth. We're just looking for 2 hours to be entertained.
Jafar Jackson, Jermaine's son, looks exactly like Michael. He dances like Michael.
Yeah.
He does everything like Michael in this movie. For the fans, they give it, like on Rotten Tomatoes, the fans give it 97. Critics, I think it was 40, if that. But the point I'm trying to make is this. And they're like, well, how come Janet's not in it? We're talking about all these entertainers. Imagine them being major corporations and all the lawyers and wanting control of the image, and they couldn't make everybody happy.
No.
She just respectfully declined to participate. And so, again, that has nothing to do with go to the movie, watch the movie, and you're like blown away because they did a hell of a job. The executive producer was the same guy that did Bohemian Rhapsody. The director, Antoine Fuqua, he's known all over Hollywood.
Training Day. Yeah.
Yeah, and he also did like all kinds of music videos before that.
I was going to say, plus I want to say he did all the Equalizers as well.
He's really good. So quality is there.
So he directed it or he produced it?
He directed it.
Oh.
The producer was the Bohemian Rhapsody guy.
Okay. So that's an Antoine Fuqua
So like
film.
I said,
right.
if you like Michael Jackson or if you heard of Michael Jackson, you're going to be blown away. For if you're a critic, well, I wish they could have gone into some more depth on why.
On the Neverland stuff?
Neverland, everything else, anything.
Yeah.
But they can't because guess what?
Because then it's
lawsuits.
It's lawsuits, and then it turns into a long ass movie.
It does, and they got so much footage that they have not put in this movie. They said they could have a part 2, but I don't know what the part 2 would be other than I don't know. You have to see. They got a lot. All I can say is you will not be disappointed if you go. Okay. The critics were like, well, first of all, it's not a documentary. It's supposed to be Michael's life story or whatever. Why he became how he became the big star that he is. Yeah. So that's what you're watching. It's not. In other words, it's Fast and Furious.
How long's the movie?
It's not Ray. It's not the Bob Dylan story.
Okay.
It's not.
Because to me, Ray sets the bar.
It did. That's why Jamie Foxx got the Academy Award.
And Jamie Foxx is
right. And Timothy Chalamet was nominated for Academy Award for Bob Dylan movie, and also throwing the Bohemian Rhapsody, dude who played Freddie Mercury, he got the Academy Award. So it's not that.
Okay.
And Jafar Jackson, this is wild about him. He's Jermaine's son, so he's Michael's nephew.
Yeah.
He looks just like him. Everything about him is just like him. He had never acted before. He said, I'd try to play golf. He was just going to be a golf guy.
With a little bit of Michael Jackson on the side. There you go. All right. Well, all right. So, and it's just called Michael, isn't it?
Michael.
All right. How long is the movie? 2.5 hours,
no,
probably?
It's like 2 hours and 7 minutes.
Okay, so
it's really good. It moves. It goes fast.
Yeah.
And by the way, the kid who plays little Michael Jackson,
yeah.
he's got ties to Dallas. Some kind of way, because I think he did something at the Black Academy of Arts in Black Academy of Arts downtown Dallas. I think he did something when he was like a little bitty kid. He's only like 10 years old.
Is Macaulay Culkin in the movie?
No, they didn't get that far. They stopped in 1988. You're not gonna...
So did we get bad?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where it stops.
That's where it stops.
That's where it stops. That's what they got more to go. They said they shot all this stuff.
Okay, so to be continued.
Yeah.
To be continued.
But back when they came to Texas Stadium, some of the Cowboys said, hey. And I said, yeah. And they talked about how Don King was the promoter of that thing. And I know, I was having flashbacks all through this movie because there's so many things that I know I've been to.
But all the Michael songs, all the Michael hits.
Oh, yeah, they're there.
I mean,
and you can see how they created them.
Does he do Man in the Mirror?
You hear it in the background at one point because they got so many songs.
Yeah.
I mean, every song you hear in the background, you go, oh, yeah, I know that song. They don't even know he didn't have to be singing it. Otherwise, it's just just music. But it's like I said, there's no depth to it, but it's wildly entertaining.
From the 903, who looks like he needs a hug this morning. My God, I'll tell you what, this dude. Take a chill pill, have a cup of coffee, go take a walk outside, touch some grass, as the kids say. From the 903, please don't call us effing fatties. We are Tolos. What you do on your weird-ass late-night show is your business, but in the daytime, we are Tolos. Okay, 903, well, guess what? Fatties listen to this show as well, okay? Like I said in my description, whatever you identify as.
I was about to say, you covered your bases there,
so,
Fred.
903.
And you know what you do, Fred? You do a really good job of saying, before you go off on this guy, fatties on the phone, Tolos on the telephone.
Whichever one, again, whatever you want to be.
Cover all the bases.
It's your call. Okay,
2026, and we're kidding everybody.
And for those who don't know what a fatty is, that's fan after dark.
You're a fan
not
after dark.
F-A-T,
That's it. FADDIES. So 903. Hey, a lot of vitriol from you this morning
on a Sunday morning.
Little. What do you got going? Tell us what's really going on. All right, tell us what's really your issue. Okay, because I tell you what, take it a step further. You can be a Tolo on the telephone at 1040.
Yeah.
And let your voice be heard.
Yes, you can.
At 1040. Okay? Either way, 877-881-105. You damn right you're all invited. 1040. Let's go. 877-881-1053. 877-881-1053. That's the phone number. That's the Franklin Frankel injury tree. You, like the 903, look, we take it all. Pause. You know what? I don't want, it's like I'm working with Blake this morning. Don't look at me like that.
You looked at me. I looked back, and my face said the words that I didn't need to say.
I know. Either way, all right, look, let's talk a little. Let's take a stroll around the DFW, Chris Arnold, Fred Davis style. Rangers, Stars, Mavs news. It's all going down at 10 o'clock. 10:20, Vach Lombardi. 10:40, Tolos on the telephone. 11 o'clock, Mr. Brian Broaddus. We got a lot more to get to. We still got plenty of audio to get to from over the weekend. Your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys draft and so much more. Don't go anywhere. This is 105 The Fan.
Take us with you wherever you go. Now heard on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Twitch, the TuneIn app, our Odyssey app, and of course with the biggest mother of a radio signal in DFW. Thanks for making your favorite travel buddy 105.3 The Fan.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. Get free delivery during online deal days, plus $30 off your first online order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause 30 told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. Always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Call Trajan today at 469-890-0098. That's 469-890-0098.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Did you notice that we hit 92 degrees in March? That's a full month earlier than usual, and that means most AC systems already have weeks of extra runtime, and we're not even to May yet. But here's what most homeowners don't realize. Breakdowns don't just happen. They start as small issues, like a clogged drain line that should have been caught weeks earlier with a simple tune-up, because small problems can turn into expensive repairs. So for a limited time, Reliant Air Conditioning will tune up your AC system for just $85. But here's the best part. When you join our Hero Club maintenance program, your AC tune-up is absolutely free, and you'll stay protected year-round. Our schedule is filling up fast, so call us at 877-YOUR-HERO or schedule your AC tune-up online at ReliantAirConditioning.com and see how we've been gimmick-free since '83.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Sean and RJ here with the greatest of base power. Peak storm season is right around the corner. And for the first time in over a year, base power can install in weeks, not months. Thousands of Texans are switching to base power to get a whole home backup battery that automatically keeps your home running.
For a limited time, get $100 off with the fan while install slots are open at basepowercompany.com/thefan. That's basepowercompany.com/thefan. Take advantage of being a Tolo at Base Power.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be a fan of volleyball in the Dallas area right now because Dallas Pulse is serving up a brand new era. Catch the excitement with Dallas Pulse, Major League Volleyball's newest franchise, bringing fresh energy right here to Dallas. You can feel the pulse on the road to the championship with our last home games May 1st and May 3rd at Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas. See the Pulse live this inaugural season and be part of history. Get your tickets at DallasPulseVB.com.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station. Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Hour number 2 of the program happening right now. This is, we like to call it a little bit of Unk Radio, maybe Sunday brunch, because I don't know about you guys, but I am a breakfast guy. I love
some breakfast.
I love breakfast. Mm-hmm. You know, I vacillate between French toast and pancakes. Mm-hmm. And I was on a French toast run for the last 4 or 5 months, switched over to pancakes. So I'm going to go on another 2 or 3 month run. But I got to say, I got to start running. I'm not going to lie. It's time to start running. I was on a roof Friday afternoon in Mesquite, and I did a rooftop rant, bringing those back. And so I'm 230 pounds right now, and I feel it.
That ladder wasn't cooperating?
Bro, no, the ladder was fine. The ladder was fine. I getting up and down the ladder was fine. It's the scurrying up and down because I had to tarp part of the roof because the folks had shingles coming off, and so I went ahead and tarped it. And man, yeah, you ever and so people were making fun of me.
You were breathing a little heavy.
Yeah, I know.
Huffing and a puffing.
I know, I was. And trust me, plenty of people made fun of me and called me out for it, and rightfully so. My sister made fun of me. My boy Ellie in Houston made fun of me.
They didn't call you young Santa Claus.
Nobody. Trust me. No one called me young anything.
There's nothing gray on you, but it's like, come on.
No, they all basically, everybody just kind of took veiled shots and said, wow, you're breathing heavy and you sound fat. And they're not wrong.
Fat.
And they're not. No, I'm not. But I'm heavy. I'm big boned right now.
I told you before. Your body looks like Joe Rogan's body. You're not a bald guy like Joe Rogan, and he doesn't have a beard. But I mean, just saying, your frame looks like Joe Rogan's.
His skin's not leather.
That's it.
Leather.
And he's in shape.
He is.
Big.
He is. But I think he's only like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, he's a small guy.
He's a shorter guy.
Yeah, you're
so.
6'1",
6-ish, right at 6 foot. I'll take it. 6 foot 230 is what your boy's tipping the scales at right now. But it's time to put the black and milds away once and for all. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, before you lose it all.
I've got to stop. I've got to put and look.
Got to start taking care of your body.
I get it. Some people like cigars, and rightfully so. I'm not a cigar guy because I can't do the whole. Well, you don't inhale. Look, unlike Bill Clinton, that's all I do is inhale. Okay, so I don't know any other way but to inhale. And I was talking to my cousin yesterday. Shout out to my boy Stevie B. I got to put the black and milds away. I have to put the black and milds away. It's not a young man. It's a young man's game. And at 45 years old, I feel relatively good, but I could feel a whole hell of a lot better. And when you're huffing and puffing on top of roofs,
you can't
and trying to do rooftop rants,
black and milds.
No, you can't. I used to all the time back in the day in Houston when I had Memorial Park and I was running around every day. There'd be days I would go run and then go smoke a black and mild after.
Like you said, young man's game, man.
And for all my military folks out there, and you know where I'm going with this. It is not, and especially Navy and Marine guys. I can't speak to Army people because I was never on an Army base, and Air Force, I don't even know what you guys do. I mean, I don't mean that disparagingly, but we know what they do. Shout out to all best food in the military. Let's not get that.
Thank you for your service, John.
Thank you for your service. But all I'm saying is this. When it comes to Navy and Marine, when we would do PT, you would do the 1.5 mile run, and then as soon as you were done, half the group is lighting up cigarettes. Just sitting around, you get your 1.5 mile run done, and half the people are off doing whatever they do. The other half are sitting around their vehicles, puffing cigarettes, talking, shooting smack, whatever.
Sound like old baseball players too.
That's it.
That's what they would do.
That's it.
Or European basketball players.
Hey, who was it? Mike Bibby told a story about how at halftime of a game, they're sitting there in the locker room and they can smell smoke, and they go into the locker room and there's Vladdy puffing a heater in the stall.
He was notorious for that.
Notorious, and one after another, just one heater after another. So again, it's not out of the realm of possibility that yes, you can.
Nolan Ryan did that. Kid you not?
I mean, look, I'm not promoting it. Okay,
I'm not saying he does it anymore, but or was it Charlie Huff? One of those guys.
Either one. Either way,
either one of them probably could have been done.
Could have been both doing it. I mean, look, you wouldn't be surprised to see somebody smoking a heater on the bump for all we know. All right, going for the win today. Your Texas Rangers going to win the series. Big win yesterday. Dare I say, and I don't know, and I think we're going to find out more as you get the Cody Bradfords of the world coming back, and I want to say he got pushed back to the 60-day IL a couple weeks ago. You still got Jordan Montgomery. I don't know what the latest and greatest on him is, but I say all that to say this. Has Jacob Latz, he picked up a second save yesterday, and I threw this out a couple weeks ago that maybe he might be that guy, or is he just too valuable as that long relief guy, that sort of thing.
Swing rotation if somebody
gets hurt. Because he can do so much different things, okay? The thing about Jacob Latz that makes him the ultimate Swiss Army knife on this pitching staff is he can be a spot starter, he can give you long relief, and he can be a closer if you need him, okay? And he does all three of them very, very well. But if this team's going to compete, because right now this baseball team is just in a it's the epitome of a 500 baseball team.
Right, but they had a very tough schedule the month of April because they'll have a lot of games on the road. And for them to be where they are, I'm actually happy. I'm not content, but I'm like, okay, good. They didn't fall apart. Because it could have been worse.
No, and pitching wise, I think you feel better about where this team's at. I did see some people complaining on Twitter last night, moaning about Gore. And whether or not, did Chris Young give up too much for Mackenzie Gore? And I get it. Look, we're in the because we're still in the very early stages of this baseball season, we're still not. We actually almost are to May. Just another few days.
Still early,
but it is still early, right?
62 games. Come on, man.
But again,
it's not football.
The 40-game mark, the 40 to 50-game mark, is a pretty solid barometer for this is who you are, right? Or kind of the core foundation of what this baseball team is. Now, is it time to sound the alarm on Nathan Eovaldi?
I have concerns. And the reason I have concerns is his history, at least for the Rangers, is he would always start off strong, make the All-Star team. After the All-Star break, that's when he had issues, and you might have to shut him down for a little bit, and he comes back strong for, into September, whatever. He would always have some kind of health issue after the All-Star break. He was always nails the first part of the season. So for him to be inconsistent 6-7, if he was, I threw that out for anybody under the age of 30. For him to be having, I don't know who we're going to get each night. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Evo. That's not the Evo that we've known. So I have concerns. I'm not throwing him away saying he's washed or what's going on here. I'm just kind of curious, like, because if he did it 2 starts in a row, I'd say, okay, he's terrible. But it's been inconsistent, and I can't figure it out yet why.
For me, a lot of it's the first inning that I have a problem, because as soon as he was nails after that, obviously you had the struggle. What was it in the 5th where he gave up that home run, that 3-run homer? But it's the first inning, because I think a lot of his starts, and I should have done homework on it because Sandler was talking about it, is that maybe he was tipping pitches that first inning, and that's a huge thing to say right off the bat in the first inning. But
makes you wonder though, because he's gotten rocked in the first inning. A lot of his losses,
all of his losses have been in that first inning where he struggles and then he settles down,
he calms down.
Because Nathan Eovaldi, he's a rock. I mean, again, like he doesn't even look rattled when he's like, he gets frustrated, sure, but he doesn't look rattled when he's out there. And he's a bulldog. He goes out there and he throws his pitches. He's got he's got 4 different pitches that he can throw on any count. So to say that he's losing it, or, I mean, what is he, 36, right?
36.
Like, it's there, but
he's got a lot of mileage on that arm.
It scares me to say, especially, and I wouldn't dog Mackenzie Gore, and not to, change the subject. I wouldn't dog Mackenzie Gore. But if Eovaldi moves to he's not that top dog anymore. Okay, let's put pressure on Gore. Like, he was an all-star last year. Like, we have a way better defense behind him. So those are the things that I'm just curious with Eovaldi, is that, okay, maybe he's.
Can we get him to 6 innings, please?
Well,
is that too much to ask? Can we get the guy to 6 innings?
But that's the whole different thing with baseball now.
I understand
80 pitches, and it's like, all right, let's pull this guy. 3rd time to the rotation. Nope, let's pull this guy. And I hate that.
I mean, in fairness, though, he's thrown 90 to 100 pitches and still not getting through 6 innings,
which is tough. Like, tough. That's what's rough. Like, genuinely, that's what. Because I think Eovaldi was at 89 and got pulled the other night, and he was at 89 and he gave up 6 runs.
And he gave you 6 innings, right? And so right now, you've got our boy Eovaldi 2-4 on the season. What if I told you he's got he's given up 4 fewer earned runs so far in 2026 than he gave up in all
of last year
of 2025?
Well, last year was I don't want to say an anomaly, but it might have been one of the best pitching years of any career. So
I mean, through the first 22 games, exactly.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that if he played a whole season, he's winning.
That's what I'm saying. He's always great the first part of the year, and then he starts breaking down a little bit physically.
You just and look, right now his ERA. This is the highest ERA he's had through this point of the year since 2019 when he was with the Red Sox. He had a 5.99 ERA. Right now he's at a 5.79. He's only had 1 game, and it's funny you bring that up about whether or not he was tipping pitches against the Athletics. Because the last time he faced them back on April 13th, he went 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits, no earned runs, and struck out 7.
Inconsistent.
Okay, so you wonder.
Just when you're wondering,
did they see something, right? Did they see or notice something that he was doing that tip them off to what he was doing. So either way, you got the win yesterday, though. Mackenzie Gore gives you, 5 2/3, I think it was yesterday.
3 runs. I mean, that's what you want. That's why, when people are dogging on him, that's what you want. A great ERA is 3.00. That's average.
Yeah.
It's first to 4 in baseball. That's 90% of the time. That's going to be what wins you a game.
Kamar Rocker goes today.
Ooh.
He's getting better and better.
Kamar Rocker, who has gotten better. I mean, if dare I say he's been. I mean, if we're power ranking our pitchers right now, all right, who's been your best pitcher so far this year?
DeGrom.
Yeah.
Okay. DeGrom's been your best.
Lighter.
Well, except for that last game.
Yeah, he struggled the last game, but
I mean, would we say that? I mean, I don't know that you can say that Lighter been head and shoulders above Kamar.
Well, at one point,
Kamar has. I mean, outside of what the Dodgers, where he gave up 3 runs,
which is the Dodgers,
and oh, by the way, got out of a huge jam in the 5th inning of that game. Kamar Rocker, I don't think he's given up more than a run or 2 in his 4 or 5 starts.
His control, and that's honestly what you would say is his biggest problem previously, and now his control. He's finally getting where you were talking about Fred is he's having his Jack Leiter year, where it's wow, okay, he's figuring it out.
Yep,
you're figuring out major league pitching and hitters. The control's there, and if you have control there, that man's got the stuff. He's got a nasty fastball. Nasty,
yeah, he does.
I mean, he's got some nasty stuff.
Kamar Rocker so far this year, 5.5, 4.2, and 6 are the innings respectively. As we alluded to, the most he's given up, he gave up 3 runs against the Dodgers, which you will take that.
And that was early on. He settled down.
That was early on, and that was in LA. On a Friday night primetime game, right? And then again, and came out in that 5th inning. I think was the bases loader, had men on first and second. Boom, gets out of that jam.
Yep.
Looked good against the Athletics. Now, be interesting to see, kind of like Evo, going up against that Athletics team that he just pitched against a little over a week ago. So we'll be curious to see how he looks in those first 2 or 3 innings, and then had his absolute best performance of the year just a few days ago against the Pirates. Goes 6 innings strong, 4 hits, only gives up 1 earned run, and strikes out 5. Right now on the year, he's got a 1-1 record with a 3.48 ERA. Okay, we got Vach Lombardi coming up next. Real quick, just give the folks. I'll tell you what, we'll touch on it in the 11 o'clock hour. But your Stars, any concern? Where are we at?
Stars, they lost last night.
Concerns? No, Otter played out of his mind. That should have been a 5-2 game because he played out. But that was a hockey game last night. I loved every bit of it. But that overtime period. Man, we looked gassed. We couldn't get a puck out of our own zone. It was awful. It was rough.
That last back to Dallas.
And a score with 28 seconds left. Oh, that was such a gut punch. Okay. Vach Lombardi, Crown Global Media, joins us next. Let's jump back into some draft talk. If you've got a question you want us to ask Vach, let us know. 877-881-1053. Vach Lombardi joins us next.
Our goal is to have you winning every sports debate with your buds. We'll do the homework. You just listen and enjoy. Turn it on and leave it on. The Fan and our Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Get our lowest price guaranteed. Come and see us today in person or visit us online at alliancehyundai.net.
Hello, Dallas. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America, N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Hello, it's Pete Thompson from the Consumer Team. If your home or business has roof damage, be sure to call Blue Nail Roofing for a free inspection. Blue Nail's trained and certified inspectors will find all the damage to your property, the damage that insurance adjusters and other roofing companies often miss. Finding and documenting all the damage can mean a larger payment for your insurance claim. Call Blue Nail Roofing today, 855-255-1975, 855-255-1975, BlueNailRoofing.com. Wind or hail, call Blue Nail.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/TOLO to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/TOLO for 20% off. Trustandwill.com/TOLO.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Introducing Bluebell Pro, a dessert with up to 12 grams of protein and 110 calories or less per serving. Low fat, no added sugars, and gluten-free. Dig into a pint. It's more than just protein. It's Bluebell Pro. Never has high protein tasted so good.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream in your local grocer. If you can't find it, ask for it.
Ready to slim, smooth, and tighten all at once? At Souza Clinic, discover our new all-in-one transformation package combining skin tightening, cellulite reduction, our all-natural weight loss program, and laser that targets stubborn visceral fat, that deep belly fat around your organs. No surgery, just real visible results. Normally valued at $1,900 a month. Now get the complete transformation for just $350 per month. Call Souza Clinic at 972-479-5187 for your free consultation today. Souza Clinic, weightlossfortexas.com.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday is here. It's Wayfair's big sale, where you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. You won't find better deals for your home anywhere else. We're talking furniture, decor, rugs, and more, all at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. So don't wait. Shop Wayfair's Wayday now through April 27th to score the best deals in home.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, "I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing. Amazing!" Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
The outside sweeping to the lead.
Lone Star Park is your home for races, food, and fun for the whole family. Tickets are on sale now for the Thoroughbred Racing season. Join us for Extreme Racing on Saturday and Sunday, April 25th and 26th. Watch our jockeys race with camels, zebras, and ostriches. Plus, we'll have live music and family fun activities.
The horses are ready. Are you?
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
All right. Let's jump back out to the D&M Leasing Hotline, because on the day after the draft is over, you can never get enough of top-tier draft analysis. And the one, the only, from Crown Global Media. We got not just one, but two of the best and brightest from the Crown Global Media Content Factory. We got Brian at 11, but let's jump out to there right now. Mr. Vach Lombardi. And Vach, one thing we talked about in the first hour of the program, it felt like, and from people on the old Twitter sphere saying that, this draft was for the real sickos. Because you really had to get into the weeds to know who these people were. You got folks saying that because of NIL, the late rounds just aren't what they used to be. A, just kind of your overall thoughts of this draft, and B, do you agree with those sentiments?
First and foremost, good morning. Appreciate y'all for having me on, Fred and OG. You know what I mean? Thank y'all very much. Sir. We are definitely tired as hell, but the work ain't done, because now we got to talk about these people. You feel me? But draft has become more mainstream now. So we get stories now. We get an hour worth of, what's the outfit you're wearing at the draft? What's the red carpet? What's your story and all this kind of stuff? And I think, draft has turned like hyper quarterbacky. You know what I mean? Hyper quarterback and hyper top 15. So when you don't have a bunch of quarterbacks at the top, and you don't have like a really good top 15 of your draft, their teams, well, not teams, but fans, casual fans tend to say, well, it's not that good of a draft. Or even national pundits will tell you it's not that good of a draft. But for the sickos that really watch 200 or so of these people, I thought it was a damn good draft. Every draft is going to be different. Some drafts you may have a lot of, top talent, in the top 15 or whatnot, but the middle of the draft would be terrible. This draft in particular, you didn't get a bunch of dudes at the top that were really good, but it was a bunch of dudes in the second, third, fourth, and fifth rounds, So, yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of research, just a little bit. I would never hate a draft because it's an opportunity to get better, and I love college football. So when those dudes come to the league, it just crosses over easier for me,
By the way, fantastic job on these airways with the DallasCowboys.com and everybody hooking it all up. Crown Global Media, the whole night. I was about to say your purple bag. Where I was going with this was, though, I always talked about team building as a sport, and to me, the draft this year was like a poker game. You watching how the strategies of the different teams as if they're players and what they might have and what they might do. Are they going to go up and down? The trades they make. Who are they going to select to augment their rosters? And I'm looking at it like that, and I was fascinated. I also enjoyed all your different commentary, especially the fact that, Caleb Downs is your favorite player, period, and he winds up with the Dallas Cowboys. So I wanted to know, overall, as like a poker game, you're watching a poker game, who do you think did great in the draft? Who won the draft, basically? Which teams you thought fared well? And then what kind of grade did you give the Cowboys themselves?
It sounds kind of homerish, and people don't really want to give Jones credit for a whole bunch. I understand. But we went into this offseason thinking, okay, we need to add a ton of starters. We just need to add dudes to this thing to make it all work. And if you look at the draft picks and how they were used, I think the only one that was originally a Cowboys pick was like Drew Shelton. I think all the other picks came from like movement somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So if you think about the players that you brought in, Quinnen Williams, George Pickens, like, hey, that's a damn good start. Talking about the draft, like no matter what, we going into this draft with those two. Mm-hmm. Hell of a start. D. Winters, 5th round pick. He's probably somebody that's going to be a great value for us. The money's cheap right now, and it's a 5th round pick. I don't think a player that you would have found in the 5th round is going to give you what he gave you. So that's just off the rip, without even taking a rookie right now, I think you're off to a good start. I give Stephen Jones credit. I give the Joneses credit, both of whoever's in charge of the, the super secret Illuminati stuff going on back there, whoever's like really in charge of it. What they did was they didn't just sit on their hands. The best player was just on the board waiting. Miami was on the clock. They didn't just sit back and get complacent. Sometimes people can hate the front office for just sitting back and just being comfortable. They say, hey, look, take these picks. Don't worry about it. Here, take this money. Remember training day? Yo, Jake, take this money. Take these picks. Let us get our guys so we're not even worried about any other little nonsense happening. So now you get Caleb Downs, the guy that they love, all of the draft people love. Mm-hmm. He's going to come in. He's going to be a fantastic player for you day one. All right, cool. Stephen Jones, then flipped 2 5s into 2 4s.
Yeah.
We just somehow ended up with 2 4s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now your
20.
right. So now your day 3 was even better, right? Just moving Malachi Lawrence, because they was going to take Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah, no matter
20.
what, regardless.
They was going to take him at 20.
Yeah.
So now you get to turn your 5s into 4s. You still get the dudes you was going to get anyway. The Cowboys did great.
Yep. And what about I was saying, who do you think helped their team most? In other words, they always say who won the draft. I don't look at it like that necessarily, but who do you think? I thought Howie was clever with Philadelphia. He always does stuff in the draft. And I think the move that shocked the world was the Rams going for the quarterback so high in the first round.
Well,
Alabama,
Chris, in general, I think teams generally suck at drafting. You know what I mean? Like, it's a handful of teams that do it better than others. Like the Cowboys are decent. The Vikings tend to get good drafts. Pittsburgh gets some good drafts. I like what they did because they added some more offensive line to previous drafts and offensive line classes and whatnot. You can never have too many offensive line. I'm just an offensive line guy in general, so don't even worry about me. But it's going to sound homerish. I get it. But think about the Cowboys last year. The Cowboys lost at least, I'll say, about 3 or 4 games by just one possession. Important games by one possession. And when you go to those games, there was a big play, a big chunk play in the passing game. And when you see those plays, you see a corner looking back at a safety going,
Point the finger.
What happened?
What happened?
What I missed? What was I supposed to do right there?
That was the defense
what I was supposed to do right there.
Yep.
Right? So now you just brought a different level of mentals. You just brought a different level of intelligence to your secondary there by really just one player. And then you're going to add pass rush to the party. You're going to add linebacker to the party. You're going to add run stopping to the party. The Cowboys did a fantastic job helping themselves.
They sure did. 9 new guys on defense from the offense. From the offseason, rather. 9 new guys on this defense. I love it.
From the 2-1.
Really, honestly, it's you can say 9 new guys, but Caleb Downs got so many jobs. And this I'm being a homer. Sorry, it's still draft season for me. You really just added 14 new dudes to your defense because Caleb Downs is going to do so many jobs for you.
Yep.
Christian Parker at his first day on the job press conference or whatever, right? It was like, hey, Christian Parker, what's the nickel going to be in your defense? And Christian Parker named like 5 jobs. Hey, he got to play in the box safety. He got to be a free sometimes. Got to be a corner sometimes. He got to be a linebacker and blitz sometimes. Yeah. I can find you a Caleb Downs play. I can find you 5 Caleb Downs plays of him doing each of those things. You added 15 dudes.
No, you had to go out and get that guy, and you absolutely did from the 214. Please tell Vach he's a beast. So there you go. There's some love from the 214. When you look at the later rounds, I mean, look, I think you don't have to be Mel Kiper to know that you're going to feel good about Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence. But when we start looking at some of the depth pieces of this draft, who jumps out to you?
Well, Devin Moore, first and foremost, cornerback from Florida. I was a big fan of him. I didn't like what the NFL Network did, man. They like to put the thumb notes of a player up there, right? And it was like he's press man guy. I understand that he's tall and he got long arms, but I wouldn't call him just flat out press man guy. I think he's really good in zone as well. I thought he was really smart. I thought he made a bunch of plays. I thought he had ball skills. We had a chance to talk to him on .com. He was like, I can even play a little bit of safety. And I can see why he say that, because when you watch his film, they did do some weird looks with the matching the zone stuff to where it looked like he could do some kind of safety stuff. So if Christian Parker is going to come in with this brand new scheme that's like calculus, and one thing that's a common theme that we're hearing from Christian Parker, from Shady, from the Joneses, from Will McClay, is they want smart players. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wonder, because Cowboy fans get mad that they didn't draft such and such. I wonder how many players didn't get drafted by the Cowboys simply because the Cowboys didn't think that they were smart enough.
Exactly.
Or just
Football
mentally
IQ.
capable enough.
Yep.
Right. I could have a favorite player based on the draft, just on me watching film. I got a favorite.
A 3-4, but it's different. It's a 9 technique. Can you kind of break down what you think this is supposed to look like for casual Cowboy fans?
Yeah, man. So take the edge and put him on the outside shoulder of the right tackle and then bump him out 2 more spots. as a 9. You know what I mean? Just wide 9 rushing, and he's probably going to be an outside linebacker. So it's going to be 3-4 in spirit. Like, we're not going to be shooting upfield on the D-line. We're going to be holding up blocks. We're going to be keeping everybody clean behind us, and that's going to give the linebackers a little bit more room to kind of navigate and feel what's happening in front of them. The linebackers don't have to be super aggressive. They get to let the D-line kind of live in front of them. What I think is about to happen, I could be wrong. You know, somebody from the Cowboy Illuminati can text me right now and tell me I'm wrong. You know,
McClay, tell him something.
Yeah, you know about you wrong. But what I think is going to happen, I think Christian Parker put such premium into the secondary. I think when he went to the Joneses, he went to Shoddy, Will McClay and the scouts, he said, I need this particular thing in the secondary. I need this. So I think that's where all the resources went. You talk about Downs is there. You will talk about Jalen Thompson, who's the highest paid signee this offseason. You know, go and get me Locke because Locke knows my system. Go and get me Durant because Durant's a veteran. Durant knows this system. I think Christian Parker's about to bring some calculus to the table, some super creative
match. You defensive coordinator, the quarterback's got the quarterback's got to see what kind of look, and the defense got to disguise it because they've seen everything. It's that deep of football nowadays. And again, if the players are not smart enough to comprehend the math that the defensive coordinator wants to see done, it ain't gonna work. No matter what the measurables are of that player, you've got to have a football IQ. I love the way you broke that down, Brous.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, Christian, for sure. Christian Parker doesn't want to be like reactive. He doesn't want to be the guy that lets the offense dictate what we do. I think Christian Parker is going to go in with a super aggressive mindset, and he's going to take something away from the offense, right? Whatever you do, like if you're a big tight end team, if you're a slot receiver team, if you're a run team, whatever, I think he's going to figure out some type of equation to take away what you do and make you play offense differently to then make us react to that thing. I'm really fascinated with what's about to happen. I don't like to hype people up because people, you know, people say that I'm delusional for saying these things, but like the Cowboys still won 7 games with the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
They did.
Ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. They still found a way. Like, we were in week 14, like, hey, somehow the Cowboys are still in the playoff race.
If you beat Detroit, this is a total. I mean, we're talking about the last 5 games being completely different.
With the worst defense I've ever seen in my life.
Ever Cowboys history.
All you got to do is get to 18 or something.
That's it.
That's roughly.
It. Just be good, not great.
Yeah.
Just be good, not great, and go let Dak and company be what they are.
All right, let me ask you, because we were talking about this in the first part of the show, and look, we know CA's been doing this for a long time. I've been here the last couple of years, and I was just telling about how when I got here, you know, this fan base was about as wounded of a fan base as you were going to get in probably the last 30 years, considering you had just lost to the Green Bay Packers at home on what felt like, you know, this might be the year. Then you have Jerry with the now memorable phrase, I'm all in, when we found out that he really wasn't, depending upon how you look at it. Does the Christian Parker effect, the Shoddy effect, and you talked about the intelligence factor being a major component that, again, they're not going to necessarily say verbatim, right? How does this draft, in all the years you've been covering the Dallas Cowboys, how does this draft feel different than years past?
How does the draft feel different? That's interesting because I don't think the Cowboys are a bad drafting team in general. You know what I mean? So like they've had some good drafts, and then we'll go into the season and nothing happens. I think what's most interesting is how aggressive, or just rather how different the Cowboys have gone by bringing in the outside help. You know what I mean? Just in the middle of the season, we're just deciding Quentin Williams needs to be here, right? They love third round picks. The Cowboys will look you in the face and say, hey, man, a third-round pick is a franchise-changing pick. And as fans, we going, not really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or how many times have we seen Adam Schefter, Rappaport or something, and they'll be like, some top-tier player that the Cowboys really could have used just got traded for a third-round pick. And we sitting around going, damn, dog, I sure got a third-round pick. I would have loved to use one of them to get a guy like that. Like, the Cowboys don't do that, typically. So when you spend a third to go get Pickens, you spend a second to go get Quentin, you bring in Gary and, like, the outside help. Jalen Thompson, the Cowboys haven't taken safety serious in a long time. I was just talking to my guy Will Steele about this. Shouts out to him, Scott Walker Steele. I was like, man, we were thrilled at this cornerback room. J-Ron Kearse, Ha-Ha Clinton Dix, and Wanye Thomas as the depth guy. We were thrilled about that. Like, hey, man, Wanye might get some burn one day. Hey, man, Marquise Bell, the future. That's how we was talking. And no disrespect to those players.
Right.
This is the National Football League. This is a results-based business. Yeah. They know their job is on the line every day they go to work. So I ain't saying nothing crazy to them. You got Jalen Thompson, one of the best safeties in the league. You got Caleb Downs, the best safety in the nation, number 1 and number 2 on everybody's board, top 5 at the most. That's your safety room now.
Yeah.
Woo! Malik Hooker was your best safety
I was going to say.
Year.
And now he's coming off the bench.
Year. And now he like, I'm getting in where I fit in now.
Yeah.
The Cowboys don't do that. They never did that.
Not before.
It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun to see what happens this year.
All right, last thing, what's left? I mean, this team building is pretty much done outside of maybe some peripheral stuff. They still probably will sign an undrafted free agent or here. I know everybody's excited about the kid from Baylor that everybody's geeked out about right now. Hopefully we can put this Luke Schoonmaker experiment to an end. What do you see, or what is left for this team from a team building standpoint?
I'm actually watching Trigg right now. I watched him pre-draft, and I was excited about him, and he should have been drafted. I thought Trigg, let me look at my board here. I believe I had a 4th-round grade on Trigg.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, cool. I had so I had a 4th-round grade on him. And, you never know why players go undrafted. I think players go undrafted because teams suck at drafting. There were some tight ends I never heard of that got drafted.
Yeah, there were.
Hey, Tony Romo went undrafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird stuff happens all the time. So I found something interesting you said, Schoonmaker stuff, right? This is what I think Trigg is going to do. I think the Cowboys tight end room, I think they want to limit the redundancies in there. You know
Seriously.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, the same cookie
you
cutter.
ain't lying.
Yeah.
Right. So they want like different types of guys. I remember Stephen Jones said this.
Maybe just some yak for a change. I mean, look, God bless Jake Ferguson, but that's the most tired tight end room in the NFL.
Stephen Jones said about 3 years ago, I believe, it was one of these press conferences. He was like, hey, man, John Stevens going to make the team. And we was like, undrafted tight end John Stevens was about to make the team. Right. But he tore his ACL or whatever, so, you know, all that. But John Stevens was going to make the team because he was a different type of tight end than the other guys that they
Shout
had.
Shout out to Rivaldo Fairweather.
Right. Fairweather's another guy. So when John Stevens didn't make the team last year, Fairweather was around. He was another like jump ball kind of guy.
Yeah.
Vertical downfield, tall target, ball tracking, bad ball catcher type dude, right? Trigg is that guy now. And based on the film, Trigg is better than those two. Just based on college film, he's better than those two. So if the Cowboys are going to give a roster, I don't want to say give, if they're going to award like some roster spot to the tight end that's the best jump ball, vertical ball guy, I think Trigg is the undrafted free agent that has an opportunity to come in and take that spot. And I don't think Trigg is going to affect Brevin at all. I think Brevin's fighting Luke because they're the same type of guy. So whoever wins that battle is probably going to be tight end too moving forward. And then it's going to be Jake, and then it's going to be your jump ball guy. And then Hunter Lipke is likely going to be 4th tight end. So it's going to be interesting how that happens. But to answer your other question, Stephen Jones always hits with the player acquisition 24/7. I don't think that's true. You know what I mean? Player acquisition might be 2 days a week or something like that. They'll just be on the phone to see what the business is. I think everybody's waiting to hear from Miami. Jordan Brooks, linebacker that we're all waiting to hear from. I want to say this on your radio too. I wouldn't sleep on D. Winters. I went to watch his film.
Linebacker, San Francisco.
Cowboys,
Yep.
Yeah. And you know, Cowboy fans may not know the name, so if they don't know the name, they would assume who the player is. D. Winters is a player that might be one of the best linebackers on your team right now. And look, I understand we ain't got great linebackers, but if D. Winters, if he was on the team last year, he's better than Kenneth Murray and Sanborn. You know what I mean? And nothing's stopping you just because you got D. Winters. And honestly, just because you got Overshown, that's not stopping you from still calling Miami about Jordan Brooks. So if the Joneses really want to like put a nail in this thing, if they want to nail the offseason, get us a veteran pass rusher. They ain't got to be great. You can call Clowney. You can call Von Miller. You can call Cam Jordan. Somebody to just be around, help the young guys out. Maybe be your third and fourth veteran pass rusher. I'm cool with that. Get you another old dude and get you another veteran linebacker, and this defense is totally different than what it was last year.
Boom. I'd love to hear it. Vach, for those that don't know, and shame on them if they don't, but let's educate them today, where can they find you out on the socials?
Hey, man, Vach Lombardi everywhere, krld-fm.com doing the draft show on the break. I appreciate y'all for having me on, and I'm about to hang up, watch this film, and I'm about to keep listening to 105.3 The Fan, you heard?
That's right, because your boy Brous is at the top of the hour, man.
That's it. Vach Lombardi, everybody, one of the best in the absolute business. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vach Lombardi. All right, when we come back, let's do a little fatties on the phone, Tolo's on the telephone, if that makes you a little bit happier, whatever side of the coin that you're on. Then we'll double back. We'll get the other side of the Vach Lombardi coin, and that's the Mr. Brian Broaddus at 11 o'clock. So much more to get to. Tolo's on the telephone, 877-881-1053, 877-881-1053. Your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys draft coming up next.
At Genesis of Plano, part of the Huffines Auto family, everything is built around you. There are no unwanted dealer addendums, no sudden surprises, just straightforward pricing and a process shaped to fit your needs. Our vehicles are engineered to inspire exploration and push the boundaries of what luxury can be. Step inside and experience an environment defined by comfort, intention, and elevated detail. Visit Genesis of Plano today and discover a higher standard of luxury on your terms.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Polo Schiafollo here to remind you, if you're buying or selling a home, one thing can stop a deal real fast: the roof.
I'm Josh Feining with Greystone Roofing. Realtors trust us because a bad inspection can delay a closing or kill the deal completely. We offer no-cost roof inspections and honest, fast assessments.
Before you list or buy, know where you stand.
Greystone Roofing, the choice of real estate professionals across North Texas.
Visit greystone-roofing.com.
Licensed, local, and family owned. The best roofs come from Greystone.
Step inside Twin Peaks and you're instantly in the lodge. Warm wood, stone accents, and that mountain retreat vibe that hits the second you walk in. Massive TVs line every wall, turning every seat into a front row view of the action. That I'm staying a while smell of wings and burgers fill the air. And 29-degree draft beer chills in frosted mugs like it's straight from the summit. The bar stays lively, the energy stays high, and the Twin Peaks girls keep the whole place feeling fun and welcoming. For the ultimate sports lodge experience, it's always Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
It's a baseball weekend on 105.3 The Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
For all of our fan contest rules, go to 1053thefan.com/rules.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, this removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at BetterHelp.com/KRLD. That's BetterHelp.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
It's Zach Wolchuk and Brian Broaddus for The Fan, and we've been breaking down the best college players for the draft, but thanks to East Dallas Diesel, Brian and I have teamed up with Dallas Animal Services to evaluate some future best friends. What do you like about Cody, Brian?
Cody is a big-time prospect as a best friend, Zach. Great size and weight, and is building confidence and social skills. All signs point to Cody being a superstar in the right home, Zach.
Make Cody your forever best friend. Go see Cody and all of our adoptable best friends at 1053thefan.com/adopt.
This segment on The Fan, on 105.3 The Fan, it's brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
Damn. Gassed you up for 2 hours.
It's because I identify as a fatty, so that's why I was feeling.
You know what?
I was feeling
okay
it.
with that.
So, all right, give me a break. All right.
I appreciate that. We'll live with that. And by the way, shout out to the texter who texted in. Hooked on Phonics is still around.
Oh, okay, cool.
And let's see. They said it's got a different name now. It's called, I don't know. I'll find it.
Clifford the Big Red Dog in the Pimp Cup.
Okay, here we go. Yes, this is from the 940. Yes, Hooked on Phonics is still around and has evolved into a modern hybrid program combining a digital app with physical practice packs.
And it comes on tablets for children.
So there you go. Absolutely. I'm sure it does. So there you go. We learned today that Hooked on Phonics is still around, and now it's called Practice Packs. All right. Now, I'll tell you what. Say what you want to say about all the, from whoever that was in 903, bitching and complaining about fatties versus Tolos. You know what? I got two fatties that are on the phone right now, representing as one is wont to do. Let's go out to our boy Josh in Denton, an OG fatty if there ever was one. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Josh.
Gentlemen, I love you. Happy Sunday, Day of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. You know the vibes.
I'm excited to see this Cowboys mad science project with the defense because this is going to be something we haven't seen, I don't think, before with the defense. So it's pretty exciting to watch. You know, I'm a passive Cowboys fan. I have to be.
That's all right.
So. You're protecting.
Hey, look, we'll take
gotta
it.
Protect your nerves. I understand.
Of course. And then I think the Rangers, if they can sort out this pitching rotation, they'll be in the playoffs. I don't know how far they'll go, but I'm kind of excited to watch that as well. So,
okay, real quick, because you said sort out the pitching rotation. I think it's less the pitching rotation and more just the offense can't stay consistent.
Props to Josh Young right now, carrying them.
I'm nervous. I mean, I get nervous about pitching always just because that's
fair.
But
yeah.
The offense, they have the potential. I mean, they have some heavy hitters. Just that psychological aspect of baseball, which makes it so exciting to watch for the people who know. So,
by the way, we know you're a Seahawks fan. What did you think about your Seahawks draft?
That's your running back.
Yeah, we got a running back. Honestly, I've been so busy. I haven't. I know about the Cowboys drafts just by listening, but I haven't investigated the Seahawks, so I'll look into
TBD,
it.
TBD.
Yeah, TBD. But I love you guys. Thanks for taking my call, and have a great week.
Got you down.
Josh and Denton, great stuff from you as always, my friend. Certainly appreciate it. All right, let's go out to real quick. Take us home. And he joined us at Pluckers on Thursday night, representing his Minnesota Vikings. He had his Randy Moss jersey on, and then walked out with the mic drop and said "Wild and Six." The one, the only, Chris in Fort Worth.
What's up,
We didn't talk about the elephant in the room of how. I mean, it was draft weekend, but what happened yesterday? me and Maxwell, we were downtown Fort Worth at a establishment. I don't know how you guys promote it, but a great establishment of which has a lot of TVs, and I was the only Wild fan there. And when they and of course we know the Stars, they play dirty, and that's what happened in overtime when you saw. Who tipped in the goal? The guy they tripped in the right behind the thing. So I just had to come out and say that when it comes to the draft. Oh, also, I got to ask CA this question.
Sure.
Do you think there's a coincidence? Prince's death and MJ's movie premiere. Shout out to Oz. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about, the Prince impersonator, Oz. I know him.
Yeah. No, so I'm from Minnesota, so of course you know who I ride with.
Right. You seeing the movie comes out just the anniversary of Prince's passing away, the same weekend, basically, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't the same day, though.
Yeah. I just got to, pull the pin on the grenade and throw it in the fire.
Start stuff, a little chaos, age of the chaos. I will say this, in that movie, because I saw the movie, and CA Store's coming up in about an hour. In that movie, Michael says something funny about Prince. He says, I got to get these songs out of my. These songs. I got to do these new songs because if I don't, God will give them to Prince. It's a funny one.
I'll tell you what. Hey, shout out to our boy Chris in Fort Worth. Two fatties representing, and of course, as he said, he's from Minnesota, so he is a diehard all things Minnesota fan. Hey, he's been on that Wild bandwagon. Not loving up his Timberwolves though, as they take a commanding 3-1 lead. We haven't gotten to the NBA playoffs yet, but we'll do that later on in the show as well. All right, we're at the halfway point. Brian Broaddus, the other half of all things Crown Global Media, joins us next. We heard from his partner in crime, Vach, dropping nuggets just a little bit ago. What does the other hardest working man in the DFW have to say about the draft and what the Cowboys did? And just the draft as a whole, he's no stranger to this process. The one, the only Brian Broaddus joins us next. Don't go anywhere. This is 105.3 The Fan.
When your friends say, hey, did you hear? You can proudly say, I heard it on The Fan. Keeping you sports informed with some quality laughs along the way. Turn it on and leave it on. 105.3 The Fan, the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio app, and TuneIn app.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, USDA Choice Nolan Ryan Angus Boneless Chuck or Shoulder Roasts are only $6.97 a pound with your card. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
Hey, Tillo, Sean and RJ here with the official coffee of the morning show, Just Love Coffee. And outside the coffee, the food is surprisingly amazing. Made from scratch. It's not your typical coffee shop food. It is gourmet cuisine at Just Love Coffee.
Built around people and community, they cater as well, makes life way easier. They'll bring a full coffee bar to your event. Great spot to meet up or hang out. Grand Prairie and Arlington locations. It's Just Love. Tell them Sean and RJ sent you.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hello, Dallas. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-300-4411 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-300-4411. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-300-4411 now to find out how much you could save.
At AutoNation, we make it easy for you to go. Right now, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Plus, shop a wide selection of fuel-efficient vehicles available now at AutoNation. Hurry, drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Go to your nearest AutoNation now. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Expires end of month.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious local businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Hello, baby.
KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
An Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on, leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Hour number 3 here on the program. That is the three-time Hall of Famer Chris Arnold.
Got you down.
We've got Trevor the Creator, a.k.a. Trap House Trevor, a.k.a. Trevor Beck, a.k.a. Hooked on Phonics himself. We can call him Prize Picks, call him Perkage Packs, whatever the hell we're calling him these days. Reads on reads on reads. And, of course, I am Fred Davis. Just, get in the mix today from the 945. Go back to Minnesota and get off our airwaves. I'm going to stop you right there. Sometimes you need to hear
from the other side.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
and especially
it's
with
okay.
so many Tolos coming in from Dallas. I mean, coming into the Dallas-Fort Worth, North Texas area. Come on now. Everybody got something on something, and it's just more knowledge. Why would you fight some knowledge?
That's it, man.
Or just laugh at what if they're not knowledgeable and they're just
He's giving you receipts.
Yeah.
He's giving you receipts.
He is. But I'm just saying, if there's a delusional fan on the other side, just laugh at it.
Hey.
You say, we got you.
And hey, the Wild Stars series has been damn good.
Yes, it has. It's 2-2 right now.
All right. And a lot of us thought it was going to go 6-7 games. Should you have gone up 3-1 yesterday? Probably.
It's probably going to go 6-7.
That's why they play the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Every year the Stars do this in the playoffs. You should not be surprised if you're a Stars fan because they struggle, but they always get to the Western Conference Finals.
That's it. It's championship or bust, boys and girls. Speaking of championship or bust, let's go back out to the D&M Leasing Hotline and welcome our own Super Bowl winning scout. You know him, the heart and soul of the G-Bag Nation, heard every day here on these airwaves from 2 to 7. And, of course, the one, the only from Crown Global Media. You heard his partner in crime, Vach Lombardi, Mr. Brian Brous. Brous, your boy Vach was just dropping dimes 40 minutes ago, so we thought it was only right that you come on and drop your own dimes. Your thoughts on another draft in the books for Brian Brous?
And by the way, fine work. I don't know how you do it every year. Every time I turned on, you were saying something. This man doesn't sleep.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, and good being with you guys today. It's always a lot of fun to work on a draft, and it seems like start on it earlier and earlier every year. This particular one came about starting on November 1st. So I was starting to watch players then, and then carrying it all through the 3 days. And the one thing that I'm the most proud about is what we do on 105.3 The Fan, and then also with DallasCowboys.com and the things we do with Crown Global Media is the aspect that we could carry this thing pretty deep. We're not going to sit there and talk about the top 50 players.
Yeah.
We will talk about the top 50 players. I should say that, but we'll also talk about player 250 too. And that's where I take a lot of pride in. And I think there's a lot of guys and gals that have done a great job that I've been able to work with. That really, it's not easy getting off work and then going to look at 4 players and then kind of putting your notes together, stacking them all, putting them together. It's really a labor of love, and it's some of the best content. I would put our market up against any market in the country that covers the draft. And as far as the knowledge that we have, and I do appreciate Gavin Spittle and Tim Collins and those guys giving us a platform to be able to do it on.
No, and look, I listened to you guys. I caught more of it on Friday. Yesterday, I was kind of bebopping all over the place, but I heard or Friday when it was you, Vach, Wooly Bully, and Kyle Yeomans. And again, I mean, it just felt like every pick. I mean, it didn't matter who it was and what team. You guys had something to say about it. And look, we know about Caleb Downs. We've already talked a lot about Malachi Lawrence, and for obvious reasons. But I'll ask you the same thing I asked Vach. Who is somebody in those mid rounds that from a depth piece, or maybe they surprise us? I mean, look, we know it's right for the taking on this defense. Who is going to come out and do something day one for this Dallas Cowboys team? Yeah,
I really like Devin Moore, and he's the young man that was drafted out of Florida. The thing, I'll have some comments about Overton as well from Alabama, but I think that Devin Moore, when you watch him play at Florida, here's a guy that's 6'2", he's got length, he's a really good press man corner. He can get up on you when he extends. He can hold you in place. When he has to run, he can turn. He can go. He's one of these guys that when he plays zone coverage, you'll see him play square, then turn and bail, and he's almost running sideways as fast as he's backpedaling. So, with his length, his ability to play man, his ability to play in the zone coverage department, I wouldn't be surprised if they make this guy a safety one day. I really, really wouldn't. With his length and his size, and being a willing tackler and the way he reacts, I know the Cowboys have looked like they've addressed the safety position, throughout this the offseason. They have, but this kid has got that kind of ability where you can play him on the outside at corner. He has lined up in the slot. It's kind of funny to see a 6'2" guy play in the slot, but he could do that, and it's just because he has that kind of ability. And I think this draft was really deep and wide, in cornerbacks. And this might be one of those that fell through the cracks, and Dallas was able to capitalize on that. But I really did like the player a lot. The pick with Overton is an interesting one because I was trying to kind of figure out, okay, where's the fit? But here's a guy that's, when you watch him play, he's got kind of that tweener size where he's, 272 pounds. Is he an end? Is he a 3 technique? Where's he going to play? I have a feeling, they talk about this position, the big tackle. where, you could play as a little bit, not so much as a pass rusher, but you're kind of a run defender. It's kind of what I think Gary and guys like that are going to play. But he clearly could come in and help you with the way that he plays with power. You could put him in that 4-eye that we like to talk about. That's the inside gap of the tackle. Those are the kinds of picks. The Penn State offensive tackle Shelton. Listen, I've been burned over my years of covering the Dallas Cowboys with the Matt Waletzkos and the Balls and the Awesome Richards and guys, and it seems like it's just been a real struggle for them to hit. I think they went maybe a little bit of a round early on Shelton, but I know the coaches they like the ability there. They like the size. He is an athlete. I think there's some times where he doesn't always finish as well as he needs to finish, but I could understand it. But this is one of those kind of wait and see ones for me, because again, I felt like, oh, look what they did. They went and got Thomas, and they went and got I said, well, let's go, and Ball and Awesome Richards, and where they really developed this. We could TJ Bass has been a good developmental piece. That they went and got in free agency, but yeah, to draft one of these guys would be really nice if Shelton shows up and we'll battle. We'll battle for a potential starting spot either at the left tackle or right tackle.
I got a question for you, B. What do you say to Cowboy fans who have a fear of players who came from Michigan? Jayshon Barham, well, he's a linebacker.
He's getting a lot of love.
But put it like this. I want you to calm people down who have a fear that he could be Taco or Amazi.
Well, yeah, and the thing about it is Michigan has, over the last couple of years, has changed their scheme. Wink Martindale, who used to be the coordinator with the Ravens for all those years where they had success, Wink went to the Giants and then on to Michigan. And, they're clearly playing a different scheme. When you watch Michigan in the past, when it was, with Jesse Minter and others who were, Jesse Minter's now the head coach with the Ravens, it's a little bit more of a kind of a read and react defense. So you're seeing a lot of two-gap stuff. This is the case. Try not to scout the helmet here. But, with Barham and Aisha Morrison, who I do work with on Crown Global Media, we did a thing several weeks ago, actually, where I put them through an exercise. And if you follow us at Crown Global Media on Twitter, you will know this, that, I said, okay, if you can't have Reese, who could you have? And Aisha broke it down where if I can't have Reese, I'll take Barham, is what she did. So you're trying to have okay, give me a guy that is, is a very highly touted guy, but kind of a poor man's. That's always the statement. He's a poor man's DeMarcus Ware. He's a poor man's Tyron Smith. You got the traits, but Aisha several weeks ago selected Barham as her guy. And like I say, it's all on socials if you want to get a breakdown. But she really talked about what you could do with this player, and I think she's absolutely right. Will McClay came out the other night in the press conference and basically said the same thing. He's like, when I was watching him, I was thinking of Reese. I was thinking of some of the things and how he was used. And Michigan used him in a couple of different ways. They used him as a stand-up linebacker, rusher. I think where he really is good is as a blitzer. The coverage stuff and all that I think is fine, but what I want him doing is attacking. I want him playing downhill. He plays with a lot of violence. His tackling ability is really good, and what happens is he's a very physical player in that way. And so it's I think that they will figure out ways to use these guys that we've all talked about in the middle of this draft.
They make the trade for D. Winters on Friday. You add some depth now and maybe a day one starter for your Dallas Cowboy football team. How do you feel? I mean, look, I think we all agree that we feel a lot better about the secondary now after what went down over the weekend. How do we feel about the linebacker room now?
I think you still need to add. I still think there needs to be, maybe a veteran or maybe even two. Okay. We'll see what happens with college free agency. They've had a really a good run over the years of taking guys off their boards. I think that they've signed a tight end from Baylor that I sure was on their board. Hudson, the wide receiver. Yeah, Trigg. I think Hudson, the wide receiver from SMU, was likely on their board. So that's the first thing that they're going to do. So we'll get a list of those guys all that they've signed after the post draft. But I do think the linebacker room does need one more veteran guy, and maybe they've got that in the cards. I know that when you watch the Winters, I was talking to a friend of mine who does pro personnel work with the 49ers, and he's like, "Listen, you're getting a really good kid." He goes, "We just the way we're structured now, we took the pick, but." He reached out and said, "You're getting a really good player, and he's a little bit of a smaller, kind of more of an undersized guy.
Yeah,
kind of in the mode of Nakobe Dean, who they were kind of hunting, in the spring, early in the spring when it came to free agency, and he signed with the Raiders. But yeah, you watch him play." The taking on blocks, the playing in space. He's only a few years removed from playing at TCU.
I was going to say, and he's a Texas kid.
Yeah, he's a Texas kid, and he has to be happy about that. But you watch the San Francisco tape, he shows up quite a bit on that film.
When we look at the entire draft, and you mentioned the 49ers, they are catching all kinds of flack for, positions that a lot of people feel that they reached for. Sure. I think Grant Cohn, one of their reporters, who's gone viral for asking them point blank in the post-draft press conference, you reached for 3 guys. How do you feel about that? And, of course, John Lynch had to say and John Lynch, I thought, and Kyle Shanahan gave him solid answers as far as, wasn't disrespectful, and it was a very congenial back and forth. Your thoughts, and I don't know how much you've been able to get into it, on kind of, when we do this post-draft wrap-up, and I know the Ty Simpson pick might have been, to me, the most head-scratching when you're a Rams team that is still in the mix for being a Super Bowl contender,
right?
And you go out and get Ty Simpson at 13?
A quarterback is not going to help you this year?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is the Rams don't plan on picking high again. That's their attitude. And, who am I to question the Rams?
Sure.
It seems like every year that
they find somebody.
My guy Les Snead's got the FM picks.
Yep.
Or he's very cunning in the way. The way they're, we go out to Oxnard, and when the Rams show up for the joint practices, you're like going, geez, that's what an NFL team's supposed to look like right there. So, the plan is, hey, we're not going to be picking 13th anymore. And so maybe you start that journey now, with the quarterback. You're going to probably, I know that Matthew Stafford played at a very high level, MVP, he's MVP. So you got to understand that he is, he's probably got a couple more good years in him. And then, but you go ahead and make that journey now. And, I am not the biggest Ty Simpson fan. My guy, Garrett Nussmeier, I liked Allard from Penn State, who got drafted by the Steelers. I kind of had Simpson in that group, that third-round group. But like I said, Les Snead, who am I to question? He builds his team. McVay, they do it the right way. As far as the other teams around the league, when I got off last night afterwards, I just came home and just shut it all down. And matter of fact, I'm working on cleaning a garage right now. I think later on today.
Good luck with that.
I'll sit down and the stuff I've been putting off, I got to start doing. So
you gotta lay down and get some rest,
Dr.
man.
Dr. Michelle's got me working already. I just think that, to me, I'll sit down this evening and then I'll start to say, I know there were some teams. I think Kansas City, Fred. I think I think Andy Reid and those guys, Brett Veach and those guys. I think they helped their football team with what they were picking.
I agree.
I think Kansas City just off the rip, and I'm not saying that because of you or my friendship with you or Andy Reid, but I'm just saying I thought that when you looked at the players, I'm going to sit down and look at I evaluated 220 players. I'm going to look at those players and see where everybody was taken, and then kind of make an evaluation.
Peter Woods at 29 is pretty good value, isn't it?
I think it's really good value. I had Peter Woods as my 24th best player on the board. So yeah, that was that's a good that was a very, very good pick. I think some teams actually, I think the Giants helped themselves. I know they had a bunch of early picks, but with Harbaugh running the draft basically, they did a solid job. They went into, I was talking with some of their guys on Friday morning, and I was like, guys, you probably went into the day not thinking you were going to get Malinois and get Reese. And they're like, we had no idea we were going to get Reese. I had no idea that was coming at us. So sometimes it's funny. You work on these things. We're always working on the worst case scenario, when in actuality, sometimes the draft gods smile on you and give you a player you never thought you were going to get.
Are you surprised they didn't take Caleb Downs at 10, though?
Well, if Malinois wasn't, that's why I talked to him on Friday morning, because I did ask the question. If Malinois was not there, they said, and the guy goes, we'd have taken Downs.
Boy, thank God. Thank God
Malinois was there.
For real.
That's what I'm saying. And this all started with Cleveland taking Fano, Cleveland trading back, but Cleveland ahead of the Giants taking Fano. And, he's the Utah offensive tackle. Yeah. And once Fano went, well, then it was clear now if Malinois was not there, say the Browns had taken Malinois, Dallas was going to be in trouble. They were not going to get. And then could it have come down to guys like, who would it have come down to? That's the interesting thing you have to ask, which somebody would have asked, and maybe somebody will. We'll get Steven or Jerry on the side and ask them, like, who would you have taken if Downs was gone? Say that Downs did go, you saw with Miami was a team that I was worried about, ahead of you. I worried about Miami trading out.
Yeah.
Is really what I worried about the most. But, the thing with Miami, that didn't hurt you. The Giants won, but the draft gods smiled on you when Cleveland took Fano and they took Malinois. That was your path right there to taking Downs. And so, hey, sometimes you're good at this and sometimes you're really lucky and sometimes you have no luck. But I would have liked to have known, who would Dallas have taken if in fact that Downs was off the board. Because like I say, it could have been Hood, it could have been some others, but that would have been it could have been an offensive player. That would have been an interesting selection.
In the words of Kanye West, I guess we'll never know.
He's the one that said it first. He said it before Craig Seeger. Corey Seager.
And I say it. No, I say that to be to jest, but no. I was look. I don't. We were at Pluckers in Fort Worth, at the City View location. Blake and I, and I'm gonna tell you right now, when they moved up for 11, and it was pretty much palpable that at that point you knew they were going out to get Caleb Downs. I mean, it was. And look, this. I mean, people aren't getting as giddy for an offensive lineman. All right. I mean, people are excited, right? I mean, it's a pig, but the round of applause and just the raucous nature of the Pluckers. I mean, people were geeked to get Caleb Downs. There's just a palpable feel about this guy right now.
No, and this just shows you the power of the draft because Caleb Downs, to every man or woman who covered this draft or talked about this draft, Caleb Downs was talked about as one of the three best players in the draft.
Yep.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts. And so it's funny with all the work we do starting like in November and then through yesterday, we talked on, I know our show on 105.3 The Fan there on the G-Bag Nation, we talked about it a lot, the draft. And so Caleb Downs every day. And, and when you do make that pick, now we'll see if Caleb Downs is the second coming of Darren Woodson. God, I hope he is. But man, I'll tell you what though, that was some really, really anxious time for that room. When those picks started coming off the board and then they got down to a certain point, like, damn, we're about to get Caleb Downs here, and that's
he's
when,
about to fall in our lap.
Exciting. Yeah, that's when it becomes exciting for sure.
Hey, 30 seconds or less. Malachi Lawrence, how you feeling about that pick?
Yeah, no, this is a really, really good pick. And then what's happening with there were questions about some of these edge rushers and their ability, arm length, stuff like that. With Bain, Howell, all these guys. Malachi Lawrence, outstanding length, outstanding counter moves, knows how to rush the passer. I just hope the learning curve is not as steep as it was for Donovan Ezeraku. That was a little bit of an issue for Donovan last year. Hopefully he'll bounce back, and then also Malachi will be ready to go too.
Well, I heard you talk about Aaron Whitecotton on Friday, and it brought a smile to my face.
You know what?
Because I was right there with you, man.
I think Aaron Whitecotton, for all the pumped upness and pomps and circumstance we heard about him.
Yeah.
Aaron Whitecotton, I didn't think got the job done.
No,
I think it's really evident. There was a lot of players that regressed there. A lot of them.
Enjoy cleaning your garage today. All right.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey,
Yeah.
hydrate. That's all I can tell you.
A lot of water. I'm drinking this bougie Italian water that my girlfriend drinks.
The doctor ordered it.
I tell you what.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I tell you what, man. Like I say, hey, thank you guys for having me on today, and thanks to everybody that follow along with the draft for us, all our platforms. We love you guys. Really appreciate it.
Sure. Hey, enjoy your Sunday, man. G-Bag Nation, 2 to 7. Check them out. Be glad you did.
Thank you, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Broaddus, everybody. Brian Broaddus, and there you have it.
Coming up in an hour, I efforted, and I've got a response. We will have former Cowboys Super Bowl MVP, cornerback great Larry Brown to talk about Christian Parker, this defense, everything Cowboys in 1 hour next.
Let's go.
Actually, in an hour. Next, what we got?
Coming up next, we've got some audio. So we've heard from Nick Harris, we've heard from Brian Broaddus, we've heard from Vach Lombardi. Now let's hear from the owner himself. What did Jerry Jones have to say about this Cowboys draft? Some thoughts on the defensive side of the ball and trading with your division rival.
Yeah,
nice little bar that he threw out there because as only Jerry can do. Lots more to get to. Don't go anywhere. That is Chris Arnold. I'm Fred Davis. That's Trevor. This is 105 through the Fan.
Sean and RJ, the KNC Masterpiece, G-Bag Nation, and Fan After Dark. Live and local. Turn it on and leave it on. 105.3 The Fan and our Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Plus, you don't need an appointment for service. Come see us today in person or visit us online at alliancehyundai.net.
Aaron Judge and the Yankees are coming to the ballpark April 27th through the 29th. And you know Corey Seager and the Rangers will be ready for this early season showdown.
And Seager blasts that one center field again. It's gone!
So make your plans to be at the ballpark for this 3-game series. It's the only visit from the Yankees this year. Don't miss it. The energy will be through the roof. Get your tickets at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Cowboys fans, the NFL offseason is heating up. Before summer temperatures come on with a full blitz, schedule a first-time $59 AC tune-up and professional cleaning with On-Time Experts. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the truth. Dirt, dust, and debris are the #1 killers of air conditioners. Most companies do a quickie system check, but at the On-Time Experts, we remove all that harmful buildup. Go to theontimeexperts.com and schedule your $59 tune-up today. The On-Time Experts, a proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Introducing Bluebell Pro, a dessert with up to 12 grams of protein and 110 calories or less per serving. Low fat, no added sugars, and gluten-free. Dig into a pint. It's more than just protein. It's Bluebell Pro. Never has high protein tasted so good.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream in your local grocer. If you can't find it, ask for it.
Most financial advisors only manage your money. They refer you out for taxes. They refer you out for estate planning. They refer you out when things get complicated. Did they really vet that person? Or did they meet once, exchange business cards, and call it a partnership? A referral isn't accountability. It's a handoff. When your investments, taxes, and estate plan are built separately, gaps happen, and those can cost money. At Trajan, we didn't build a referral network. We built a family office for all. Wealth, tax, estate. One team delivering coordinated planning, once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you want real coordination and not just introductions, call Trajan Wealth today. Call Trajan today at 469-890-0098. That's 469-890-0098.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
It's a baseball weekend on 105.3 The Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Sean and RJ here with Base Power. Don't wait for peak storm season to prepare for it. That's why thousands of Texans are switching to Base Power. With Base Power, you get automatic whole home backup for up to 95% less than a generator.
For a limited time, get $100 off with the fan while install slots are open. BasePowerCompany.com/thefan. That's BasePowerCompany.com/thefan and take advantage of the $100 off offer by being a Tolo with Sean and RJ at Base Power.
It's home selling season, and what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first. Then, your local Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. One customer said, I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing. Amazing! Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first. 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Man, we're just talking about the, I tell you what, this Diana Rossini thing won't go away.
No, it won't.
It just won't go away. And the number of people that are just unloading photos
they got
on this
all
woman.
Kinds of pictures.
I mean, it just doesn't stop. Now, TMZ came out with a thing the other day saying that it actually wasn't a private investigator, but it was some dude that was at the retreat or was at that resort with his wife. Recognized him.
Yeah.
And started taking photos. I don't know if I believe that. Because here's why I don't know that I believe it. Because suddenly, I mean, we're seeing pictures from 2020. We're seeing pictures from when he got fired by the Titans. We're seeing pictures of him and Diana Rossini at a bar. We're seeing pictures of him and her before she had her son, who, by the way, is named Michael.
How do you do that? If I'm her husband, I'm Michael,
I'm giving that kid the side eye.
It's like DNA test.
Oh, 1,000%.
And
with the quickness.
This is just the biggest mess. It's just
your side dude that you've been with clearly for a minute
and
is Mike Vrabel, and your son's name is Michael.
Come on.
Because even if you did, and just by the chance that it's not your kid, or that's still your same son, but you named him after your side dude?
Still wrong. That's still wrong.
That's a level of grit and grime that you just don't see very often. I mean, I'm sure you do, but just not to this level. My God.
It's complicated.
That's rough. Man.
And you wondered how she got all the exclusives.
Well, and what got me to think, somebody just dropped, my boy, shout out to Fatty Extraordinaire, my boy Jason Hatfield, dropped me a Instagram of a picture of somebody dropped of her and Saquon Barkley. Saquon's arm around her, and it looked friendly. She got a big old smile on her face. I mean, Diana Rossini just huzzing out there, man. And you know what? Somebody brought up a great point. I think it was Pablo Torre brought this up. And he's not, I don't necessarily disagree with him on this. Why are we giving her all this ration of you-know-what? But yet Jay Glazer did a whole shtick from, we're at the 18th annual day drinking fest. 28 of the 32 coaches are here. We're out here telling stories. Okay?
Right.
So I guess my question is this, and not to get all philosophical and moral on a Sunday morning, but are we just mad at her because she was banging the guys instead of drinking with them?
That's probably what it is. I think that's the line she stepped over.
So because
I don't doubt that there's other, female reporters that maybe go drink them like Jay Glazer.
Yeah.
Maybe work out like Jay Glazer in the gym with him. You just never know.
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't think that's the problem.
Because that's the bottom. That's where the line is.
The line is relations.
Yeah,
sexual relations.
But we're not mad at Jay Glazer for drinking with him.
Well, that's because it's just drinking. I'm serious. Maybe because even back in the day before. We're talking about the 1920s and 30s and those baseball writers. They're going drinking with the players and stuff all the time.
All the time.
So that's not new.
It's not. No, it's not.
It's just to me, it's the line of, and you're married. Both of them married.
That's okay. If she wasn't married, would we frown on it as much?
Yes. Just like the girl from last year,
Joy Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was going to be where I was saying, but. I don't think she got in with anybody that was married, though.
I was going to say, Joy Taylor was just banging Acho.
Oh, I know, but I'm just,
allegedly. And the Fox executive.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
The executive. I mean, all I can say is when you do that, that's when it's like over the line.
That's where we get mad.
Her coming out and kind of coming after her husband too, though.
That's what that to me that
rubbed me the wrong way. I'd be like, you're going to talk to me like that on national TV? Come on now.
I mean, and not just once.
No,
over and over.
Times.
Like every time you put a microphone in her face, she was dogging her husband out.
In February, good Lord.
You got a teller from the 254 says, don't hate the player, hate the game. We got another teller from the 214 says, hey, just to be clear, I don't think we'd be jealous of Glazer if he was down there with knee pads.
And that's what I'm again. Are we confused on why drinking with someone is different than banging them? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm just bringing up the question. I'm bringing up because I again, like you said, it's a tale as old as time of reporters going out and drinking with coaches or going to and fraternizing. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just that when women do it, and again because they have something that men don't. Wink, wink, nod, nod. All right, are we as out? Why are we more outraged over that?
Because of the line. I don't have any problem with any female reporters fraternizing with players and coaches or sports figures. I have no problem with that.
Even if it's consenting adults?
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fraternizing, going out for drinks.
Right? No. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If that line, if they're consenting, and again, I'm just throwing this out.
Consenting adults of drinking? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Consenting adults when you take it to that next level.
Well, it's like at your job, you're not supposed to do that. And that's part of their job, even though they don't work for the team, so to speak.
Yeah. Because that's see that. See, that's the question,
because then
right?
different people can be compromised.
Is it because that was the question they brought up was you've got the journalistic integrity versus the insider, and I guess my thing with Diana Rossini.
Did you say insider?
Stop that.
Okay.
This is not nighttime.
Sorry. Yep.
Trevor.
I apologize. That's on me.
It's Sunday
my
morning.
bad.
Sunday, your weird ass late night show.
He's been reading too many memes.
Your weird ass late night show.
Fred said it. I've just acknowledged.
Actually, somebody else texted it. Us being a weird ass late night show. I take that, and you know what? I appreciate that they would say that. But I'm just saying, because I think we all agree, no one. I don't look at Jay Glazer or Dinah Rossini or Schefter as journalists. No. Like I don't. I mean, we all kind of know.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like none of those guys are journalists to me anymore. They're just because today's level of journalism is different.
There's various levels, and like you said, they're like insiders, so they're expected to have more information. And how do they get it? Well, it's not just journalistically. It's like like Jay Glazer. I was working out at the gym with so and so.
I mean, dude, the stuff he said on this station when he was on with G-Bag during Radio Row.
Yeah.
The conversation, when he said teams were calling him about who's doing what.
Well, see, also
I was like, wow,
journalism and especially in the world of sports, it's so evolved into so many facets of it.
Absolutely,
you have former players that didn't have degrees in journalism or know the rules of communication.
Right,
they're doing podcasts, and that's a form
absolutely.
Of so
absolutely.
I know what you're saying, and there's like old heads who are newspaper reporters, like
your Tony Kornheisers of the world, your Michael Wilbons, right?
Those
like that older echelon of guys, right?
Now it's this.
The lines are blurred.
The lines are blurred. The paradigm has shifted, and there's so many information bubbles on how you consume.
That's it.
Because there are people who just only want a podcast from former players to talk about what. I mean, I can go on. They're not journalists, but there's a role for them to play. And
I agree wholeheartedly.
So again, an insider is an insider, but you don't necessarily call them. But I don't besmirch them for that.
No, not at all, not at all. And look, I'm with you 110%. I thought it was an interesting conversation that was brought up by Pablo, and I can't think of the other dude. He's always on. He's a former Marlins executive. And he does stuff with Dan Le Batard and what have you. And so I just heard the conversation with them the other day, and I thought that's an interesting perspective, right? Is have they blurred those lines enough to where, okay, why are we giving Jay Glazer a pass when he makes? I mean, and Jay Glazer makes no bones about it. But again, are we giving it a pass because he's a guy? And like you said, when it comes to a woman, okay, it's a different deal. And again, I would say if she wasn't married and the coach wasn't married, would we be as up in arms about it?
Yes.
You think so?
If they're trading, if they're having how do I explain it?
I'm going to ask you this: how is trading secrets over pillow talk any different than doing it over fishing?
Okay, so, huh?
How is trading secrets over pillow talk any different over doing it over fishing?
It's way more complicated.
I mean, I'm with you, but I know I'm not, but I'm just throwing that out as a.
It's way more different. way. I mean, it'd be different if she was not a reporter.
Yeah.
Let's say at one point, the Cowboy players were not supposed to go out and date Cowboy cheerleaders.
Right.
And that still might be the rule.
I think that
but
still
then
is
one
the
of
rule.
them wound up marrying one.
Yeah.
Jim Jeffcoat's wife was a Cowboy cheerleader.
Okay.
So all I can say is this. It's just not, that's that line.
It's an unwritten rule.
Not even unwritten. HR don't like it either because it's too complicated.
It is complicated.
People have fights.
What's that old saying? Don't dip your pen in the company ink.
That's what they used to say.
I'm fascinated by this entire story. I feel bad for.
So messy.
I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for Rossini's kids.
Yeah.
We need to find out what little Michael Rossini.
I feel bad for little Mike. You don't know. You don't. Oh boy.
We need to find out what's up with little Michael Rossini. Who's your dad, little Mike? Because that kid's getting side-eyed by the dad. Kevin, what's his face? Goldschmidt or whatever the hell his name is? You can't tell me because we didn't. I mean, look.
Even if he's the biological kid, why are you naming him that?
Why are you naming him Mike? Dirty Diana. Oh, man. Think about it. When that story dropped, and we didn't know this right away. We didn't know, because this story's been, 3 weeks old? Mm-hmm. And so the first thing we find, and of course the initial thing was, this looks weird, and then this was before all the layers of the onion came back. Mm-hmm. But think about it. That's got to be the first thing that dude's thinking. Wait a minute.
Why is our kid named Mike?
What are you doing with Mike Vrabel, and why is my son named Mike? That's the ultimate gut punch right there. That is the ultimate gut punch right there. All right, CA Story Confidential, where are you taking us?
Dirty Diana! Oh. Next on 105.3 The Fan.
At Genesis of Plano, part of the Huffines Auto family, everything is built around you. There are no unwanted dealer addendums, no sudden surprises, just straightforward pricing and a process shaped to fit your needs. Our vehicles are engineered to inspire exploration and push the boundaries of what luxury can be. Step inside and experience an environment defined by comfort, intention, and elevated detail. Visit Genesis of Plano today and discover a higher standard of luxury on your terms.
The outside sweeping to the lead.
Lone Star Park is your home for races, food, and fun for the whole family. Tickets are on sale now for the Thoroughbred Racing season. Join us for Extreme Racing on Saturday and Sunday, April 25th and 26th. Watch our jockeys race with camels, zebras, and ostriches. Plus, we'll have live music and family fun activities.
The horses are ready. Are you?
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Did you notice that we hit 92 degrees in March? That's a full month earlier than usual. And that means most AC systems already have weeks of extra runtime. And we're not even to May yet. But here's what most homeowners don't realize. Breakdowns don't just happen. They start as small issues, like a clogged drain line.
See, Fight Night is back, and the only place to catch every punch, kick, and knockout in full-on sports lodge glory is Twin Peaks. Settle in with scratch-made favorites, legendary wings, and 29-degree draft beer that hits colder than a heavyweight takedown. With wall-to-wall TVs, you won't miss a single moment of the action. Grab your crew and make it a fight night to remember. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
At Jack, my $4.99 jumbo sausage breakfast platter has grilled sausage, cage-free scrambled eggs, a crispy hash brown, and French toast sticks. That's a whole lot of food for $4.99. Guys, it broke the table again. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Plus tax, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items. Then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. Get free delivery during online deal days, plus $30 off your first online order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team.
Has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp, and the leading online therapy platform, BetterHelp, now accepts insurance in Texas, making therapy far more accessible for people who have previously thought it was too expensive to start. With quick coverage checks, easy online matching, and average copays around $23, this removes a major barrier and helps more people get support when they need it most. As I've discussed a lot on these airwaves, therapy has been a game changer in my adult life, and BetterHelp is the next evolution of this as the largest online therapy platform with more than 30,000 therapists and having served more than 6 million people globally with an average rating of 4.9 stars out of 5. Here's how it works. BetterHelp does the initial work for you via a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs, and with BetterHelp's 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, they typically get it right. Fill out the questionnaire and check your coverage today at BetterHelp.com/KRLD. That's BetterHelp.com/KRLD. Average copay is based on eligible members. Actual cost and coverage may vary by plan.
Hear from your favorite radio
Rangers each Tuesday afternoon at 3:20 with the G-Bag Nation. This is the place for Rangers coverage right here on The Fan.
This segment on 105 Through the Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get to Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
You know, I've heard of people changing their last names. You don't hear very often of people changing their first names.
You still talking about Diana's son, Michael?
I feel bad for the dad, man. I feel bad for the dad. And this kid's got to be 2 or 3, so he knows his name is Mike. We're going to call you something else now, son. You're not Mike anymore. Why? Don't worry about it. We'll explain it to you when you get older. You're Kevin Jr. from now on. Anyway, enough of all that. It's time for a little CA Stories coverage.
I don't know if I can follow. I don't know if I can follow that last segment with a CA Stories. We only got like 4 minutes. What?
I mean, look, you tell me. Hey, from the 214, in Roman times, he would have the right to kill the kid, but that seems extreme to me.
Turn off the CA Stories music. I can't do CA Stories right now. Not after this. Fred's looking at all the text. He done blown up the text. We're going to go with the flow of the show.
People have gotten...
We will do a CA Stories another time.
People have gotten geeked about this story. And like I said, we were just throwing that out there. I mean, again, I saw the whole thing with Pablo Torre. And and like I said, after my boy Jason sent me that reel about Diana Rossini, and it just keeps... Again, this story just keeps getting more convoluted. You had Mike Vrabel, who did not attend... And I want to say he missed. It was supposed to be just day 3, and then he ended up missing the entire draft as a result of it.
He's supposedly going to seek help.
Well, and Albert Breer, and you and I were talking about this during the break, and I think I've got this audio somewhere. I want to say let's see. I want to say I've got it somewhere if I can find it. But apparently... So Albert Breer, who's with, I want to say, NFL Network.
He used to be down here at the Morning News, believe it or not.
Okay. So Albert Breer, who I want to say was with the NFL Network, and now he's up in Boston, has been up there for a hot minute, and was talking about how Vrabel's demeanor inside the facility, which, look, we all know, hey, what's his shtick?
Yes, he's like Dan Campbell.
That's it.
Hey, alpha male.
With the difference being that he's been there, done. Like, unlike Dan Campbell, who was a good, not great football player.
Right.
All right. Whereas Vrabel,
Super Bowl rings,
difference maker, scored touchdowns. I mean, the whole nine, right? And so yes, he's Dan Campbell, but just the better player version, right? And we saw what he's done. I mean, hell, he took a Tennessee Titans team that was, good, not great.
Made
took
good.
them to an AFC championship.
Yep.
Boom, first year in New England, gets them to a Super Bowl. All right. So the Vrabel arc has been quite tremendous, and part of his shtick is that he's alpha dog and all that. Well, Albert Breer said that he is a shell of himself right now inside the facility.
I bet.
And that the guy that they've all, the bravado, the swag, is not there right now. And what makes him him.
Yeah, because he's got other things on his mind, like his family. What's left of it?
What's left? Because we have not heard.
Not even just the stuff in the Diana Rossini stuff. It's his family. No one said one word about his wife.
We have not heard hide nor hair about Mrs. Vrabel.
She's about to be rich.
Because he didn't sign a prenup.
No.
He'd been married to her for a minute.
Long time.
From the 214. Bringing it full circle to CA Stories. Billie Jean lyrics hit different now, but the kid is not my son.
Is not my son. Oh, no. Hey.
No, Mike was an awesome athlete. He absolutely was.
Yeah, he is. He says, you're correct.
But Mike Vrabel was a dog. In more ways than one. And the thing we're finding out is that this relationship went on. This wasn't just like a one-time,
it wasn't an affair.
They've been doing this for a minute.
It wasn't an affair. This was a reoccurring
Oh, it's an affair. It's just a long run. I mean, that's a side piece.
Yeah.
Like, Diana Rossini was his side piece.
Yep.
And this is where I push back on the narrative that, well, it was just somebody that was there. No, there's just too many pictures that are cropping up.
Mm-hmm.
That are suddenly, unless people have just been sitting on, like you were at a bar one day and just like, oh, snap, there's Vrabel and Rossini. That doesn't look.
What if Vrabel was the side piece? What if Diana made him the side piece? Like, what if that's...
I mean, I don't think anybody...
Well, that's why she's getting all the heat. Maybe...
I guess we could argue, why aren't we giving Vrabel more flack?
And then genuinely, because usually it's the dude that gets a lot of heat. But
we are not getting... I mean, Vrabel has not caught near... First of all, and this has been brought up a couple different times over the last couple weeks, which Sharon Moore.
Okay.
Michigan.
Well, here's the deal. Vrabel is a Patriot icon. He got them back to the Super Bowl where they never thought they would be with Belichick gone. The fact that they were just in that Super Bowl, that's buying him some. Well, there might be some extenuating circumstances. That buys him cover where he's not totally just
winning
dogged.
Changes everything.
Winning cures cancer, according to old coaches back in the day.
Because if this team was 6-11,
exactly.
If he'd had Jared Mayo's record,
he might be fired.
He'd be gone.
Yeah. Gone.
He'd be gone. And I'm telling you right now, just real quick on a side note, the Sharon Moore victim that was boo-hooing on Good Morning America.
She said she was.
We don't want to hear it.
No.
We do not want to hear it. Okay? You were not a victim.
Nope.
All right. Sorry, look, sorry that you had that happen with the baby and you had the miscarriage, but nobody wants to hear you crying and boo-hooing. You were knowingly sleeping with a married man. And could we all agree that Sharon Moore should have handled business a little bit differently? 1,000%. All right? But I don't want to hear you on Good Morning America crying about it.
There's guilt on both sides.
He was controlling me. Get out of here.
Guilt on both sides.
1,000%. 1,000%. So shame on Good Morning America for over here acting like this woman was being held at gunpoint each and every day. No. You knew what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. All right? No one wants to hear all that. But again, Ime Udoka, all right? He gets the boot. Sharon Moore got the boot. Mel Tucker got the boot. All right, and they all sleep with. Now the Mel Tucker situation was a little bit different,
right?
The Mel Tucker, because that was she was claiming that it was unwarranted. The gal that accused him of improper relations and what have you.
I'm gonna put a bow on this. You mentioned Ime Udoka, who's not coaching the Houston Rockets. His situation happened in Boston, which is where Vrabel works. And who was he cheating on? Nia Long. And she plays Michael Jackson's mother in the movie. Mic drop.
Oh, dang.
Full circle. It's over.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for the third hour of the program. Is Larry Brown coming on at noon or 12:20?
12:20.
12:20. All right, let's do a quick show rewind. Let's get you ready. We got MVP. We haven't talked stars. We have not. We gave you a little. We gave you just a tip of the stars talk. Let's talk a little more stars when we come back. Lots more to get to. We'll do a little show rewind as well. Your Dallas Cowboys, Tex, and more. Don't go anywhere.
And a big day for a Maverick tomorrow.
Right here on 105 through the Fan.
Tolo means turn it on and leave it on. Thank you for making 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey app part of your day every day.
Hello, Dallas. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Aaron Judge and the Yankees are coming to the ballpark April 27th through the 29th. And you know Corey Seager and the Rangers will be ready for this early season showdown.
And Seager blasts that one center field again. It's gone!
So make your plans to be at the ballpark for this 3-game series. It's the only visit from the Yankees this year. Don't miss it. The energy will be through the roof. Get your tickets at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for any local business owner looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Get started today at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature-Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
At AutoNation, we make it easy for you to go. Right now, get 0% financing on your favorite new vehicles. You'll save thousands of dollars in interest alone. Plus, shop a wide selection of fuel-efficient vehicles available now at AutoNation. Hurry, drive the car you want today with 0% financing. Go to your nearest AutoNation now. Less stress, more go. Visit AutoNation.com for eligible vehicles. 0 APR for a limited term with approved credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Expires end of month.
Hey, Tolo's Eric Chiafalo here to tell you something you don't hear every day. You can keep your insurance check and still get a brand new roof.
I'm Alexis Vining with Greystone Roofing. We offer in-house financing that can cover 100% of your roof. Low rates, no hard credit check, and no income verification.
So you can use that insurance money to pay off debt, invest, or just keep it in the bank.
Call Greystone Roofing, licensed, local, and family owned.
Visit greystone-roofing.com.
Licensed, local, and family owned. The best roofs come from Greystone.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
An Odyssey sports station.
Driven by our D&M Leasing Studios. Thanks for turning it on and leaving it on. 105.3 The Fan.
Final hour of the show happening right now. Glad to have each and every one of you on board on this Sunday morning. Man, sometimes it's the most organic topics that just kind of come out of nowhere that hijack a show. And again, I was just reading off of my boy Jason Hatfield sending me a reel about our boy Vraves and Miss Dinah Rossini. We threw it out there, and the Tolos and Fatties just went ape you know what with it. From the 214 full circle, damn near 720. With the bringing it all the way back to MJ. Michael Jackson, and we will do that. We'll be on next Sunday, so we'll bring that CA story back next Sunday. But final of the show, Larry Brown, who joins us at 12:20. We'll talk to him, Super Bowl MVP. If anybody knows what elite cornerback and defensive back play looks like, it's going to be Larry Brown. So we'll get his thoughts on Caleb Downs and the rest of the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be curious to get him, and look, he's a former Raider as well. Yeah. I'm sure he keeps up a little bit with the Raiders. Get his thoughts. Jermod McCoy might be, I mean, for all intents and purposes, was one of the bigger stories of the draft because, A, he was a guy who didn't play all of last year. A lot of people thought he was going to be a first-round pick, had first-round talent, but he's got that knee injury, and fell all the way to the 4th round. So the Raiders snatch him up. Look, if his leg pans out, you're getting a first-round talent in the 4th round.
Exactly. And that's what happens sometimes.
It
It's
happens
the timing of the
sometimes.
injury or the fear factor or wait a minute, there might be a flaw somewhere. And all of a sudden the guy says, okay, you don't think I'm good, huh? And then all of a sudden next level things happen. By the way, real quick, we had a Tolo earlier asked about, I was talking earlier about some local kids who got drafted or signed as free agents. And someone texted in about Emmitt Smith's son, E.J. Smith, who played at Texas A&M. Did he sign somewhere? Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh,
Last night he signed a free agent deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see if he winds up there.
He'll look good in red.
Yeah, not bad at all. There's a couple of other local area guys. We're talking about the kid that played ran track with my son Alex at Bishop Dunn in middle school. Keith Abney. I'm sorry, not Keith Abney. Yeah, Keith Abney, cornerback with the Detroit Lions. He's going to Detroit Lions sign him.
Hey, they need it.
Yep.
They need it.
Also, DJ Rogers, the tight end from TCU, he signed as a free agent with the Cowboys. That tight end's room's packed, but you just never know. Might get a shot. Mentioned a couple other guys. Michael Trigg, we mentioned him, of course, the Baylor kid. The DJ Campbell, guard, he signed with the Dolphins. Who else? There's a bunch of them. I would say there's so much talent in this area. I got to do a quick shout out.
Give a quick shout out.
Abney also went to high school at Waxahachie High School. He went to
That's your
middle
hood.
school. Yeah, went to middle school at Bishop Dunn. I was out yesterday afternoon with 2/5 of the G-Bag Nation, Lucius Alexander, Eric Chiafalo. We were in Midlothian for Midlo Fest. It's a street festival. Man, the Tolos were in effect. Big shout out to the Bearded Axe. That was the restaurant bar that basically took care of us.
Okay.
It's bar food, but it's top notch. It's got something to it. All I can say is it's better than just average bar food.
Okay.
And they just kept bringing the food, bringing the drinks. Tolos kept coming by, had the tent set up outside. The weather was great. Shout out to everybody in Midlothian and everybody who's running Midlo Fest, including Alex, who was the guy who was overseeing the whole project, and our own Alex from the promotions team that set up the tent. We were giving away all kinds of stuff, cool stuff. So appreciate everybody showed up and showed us
good
some
weather
love.
for it, too.
Yeah, it was really good weather. It didn't get dicey yet. The diciness came last night. I was in over there in L.A., Lower Arlington, south of 20. Man, Fort Worth just got hailed on. Tornado watches.
Holler at me if you need your roof
It was
looked at.
crazy.
Get at me.
There you go.
Get at me. I'll come look at your roof. I'll give you a shout out,
throw that in
too.
real quick, yeah.
Somebody said the Grandview kid signed with the Patriots. I want to say a Garland kid, Dunn, signed with the Cowboys from KU. Somebody asked me earlier, what do I know about him? I'm not gonna lie to you. Your boy's kind of down on KU football right now. Okay, kind of down on KU football right now. They've irritated me. Irritated me. No, because you're killing my basketball team, and that's a whole other conversation. I don't want to get into it. Anyway, let's see from the 214. By the way, shout out to me, Fred Davis, who signed with the Commanders. Okay, your boy Freddie D with the Commanders.
You got tired of the 49ers?
Well, no. So this is now the second Fred Davis in my lifetime that has become an NFL football player. The first one being the infamous tight end for the which actually, full circle. He was with the Redskins, okay, and he was a Redskin, though. Now you get Fred Davis the second, who is now with the Commanders. So, look, I'm not saying I'm a Commanders fan, all right, but clearly the Commanders are fans of me. Right? Let's get that straight right now. If you're going to be a Fred Davis, you're going to sign with the Commanders. And funny thing is, back in the day, we had I was doing a show on my birthday when I was in Houston at Sports Radio 610. And my co-host, even though me and him used to want to fight each other all the time, one of the nicest things he ever did was he got Fred Davis to come on the show. And it was just two Fred Davises talking to each other. It was cool at first, and you're like, okay, I really don't know what I'm going to ask you at this point. But anywho, so there you go. Fun. So Fred Davis signs with the Commanders. Shout out to him. All right. And then, okay, real quick, from the 469, I'm disappointed in the league for not drafting Diego Pavia. He's 5'10". Okay,
that's generous.
And
that's generous.
And he's got some issues.
Well, Tyrann Mathieu made a great point.
And by the way, he's a quarterback, for those who don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vanderbilt quarterback, which you can get away with that in college football.
In college football, that's right.
But Tyrann Mathieu made a great point on a podcast this week where he said, you're too sidetracked All right, you're doing too much. You're doing too much with the you're doing too many podcasts. You're doing these drunk pictures. You're railing at things you have no business railing at. He goes, they don't want to see that from you. And then of course, on Twitter, because half the people on Twitter are morons anyway. Oh, look at who's saying this. Well, yeah. Who better to say it than Honey Badger?
Yeah, he knows.
He knows from experience.
He had to overcome that LSU stuff to get a ring with the Kansas City Chiefs and worked hard.
Exactly.
Because he could have been a higher pick and all of that.
He was a third-round pick that should have been a first-rounder.
Exactly.
Okay, so if anybody knows how your off-the-field antics can affect your on-the-field performance and or
where you get drafted,
reputation, boom. Because that's the one thing that it seems like with our boy Michael Trigg, the tight end from Baylor. From what I read, I very little about him, but apparently he's had some off the field issues, and that's why. We all love him. Vach said it himself. I had him as a fourth rounder on my board, and he goes undrafted. Well, when you're 6'4", 240 and can do the things athletically he can do, you're going to get a flyer taken on you as a late round pick.
So the Cowboys did.
Unless you've got something going on off the field. And that's apparently what happened with our boy Michael Trigg. Hopefully he's got everything cleared up, gets a second chance. Next thing you know, he's your starting tight end, and you're feeling pretty good about things.
They also, speaking of signings real quick, Cowboys also signed Jordan Hudson from SMU, and the kid from Granbury, the Patriots, that's Cameron Dorner. That's who that is. And Jim Toe, I can't even pronounce his last name, went to the Jaguars. These guys got signed, undrafted free agent signed.
Talent, is that who you got? Talent Green from Louisville? Fighting Farmer.
There you go.
Fighting Farmer. Watch out, Shador.
Whole lot of talent.
I'm going to tell you right now.
North Texas.
If you're, I like what the Browns did for Shador.
Yeah.
They gave him some pieces. And because if Todd Monken knows one thing, he knows what it's looking like when you got a team that has no wide receivers.
The question is that quarterback room now. They got Deshaun Watson. This is his last year. They're not going to cut him.
No,
and I'm not going to say he's going to play, but he's healthy now. I'm not going to say he's going to stay healthy. I'm just saying it's going to be interesting. It's not just automatically Shador's team.
No, it's not. And you're going to, if you're Todd Monken.
And Gabriel's still there, but he's not going to do nothing.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they traded him.
Right.
I think you have an open quarterback battle, which, brings out, that's fine. Because to your point, even if Deshaun's healthy, it doesn't matter. He's looked awful since he's gotten to Cleveland. That's the Deshaun Watson from Houston has not transferred over to Cleveland.
Not showed to Cleveland.
Okay. And Shador looked like a rookie. Okay. Period. End of story. So Todd Monken, say what you want. The dude knows offense, and that'll be an. And you got.
They made themselves better.
You got Jerry Jeudy. You got Boston, and what was it? Was it Omar? No, not Omar Cooper. There was one other wide receiver you drafted.
Omar's retired.
No, Omar Cooper. Omar. But I think he went to the Jets. But then you got Harold Fannin Jr., the tight end for Bowling Green, who looked damn good. Now, Quinshon Judkins had that nasty-looking knee injury there at the end of the season, but depending on how he looks. But you might have a few pieces, is all I'm saying, for this Cleveland Browns team.
Better.
So that'll be an interesting team to watch.
Enough to keep Myles Garrett happy. A little bit.
And look, we need to stop with this from the 469. I guarantee you, and I'm guessing he's talking about Diego Pavia, he's better than 30 to 40% of the backups in the league right now.
That has nothing to do with it.
And you can't say that.
You can't say that. You're just projecting. But you don't know who even texted that, Fred.
I get all that, but I'm just saying, like, just that comment there, like it's just such a crazy comment. He's 5'9".
Right.
Like, that just doesn't. No, think about it here. Think about this.
See over the line.
Kyler Murray is probably one of the most gifted quarterback athletes we've ever seen.
And he's not as good as Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray won the Heisman.
He's not even the same zip code as Kyler Murray.
No.
Okay. You better be 5'11" to 6 feet tall at a minimum just to be a decent quarterback. It's too much in the NFL to ask. Look how long it's taken Bryce Young.
Exactly.
To figure things out.
Exactly. I mean, you're going on and on. And speaking of Kyler Murray, we're talking about the local area guys, and we're talking about this going into this segment.
Yeah.
We're going to mention some stars and some Mavericks. Let me say this about the Mavericks and get into the stars.
Let's go. Come on. Tell me.
The Mavericks aren't playing right now.
Tell me.
People have been waiting for 2 weeks now. When is the NBA going to name the Rookie of the Year? It's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to find out if they continue to move these goalposts around for Cooper Flag, it should be Cooper Flag, or if they're going to just hand it over to boy and
I've got a guess.
Knipple.
I got a prediction.
What's that? Co?
Yeah. I think they do co-rookie of the year.
I would not be mad at that.
I wouldn't either.
Still, because Knipple is a good player. But to say that Flag wasn't it, come on now.
Come on.
And it's not like, well, one day he's going to be. He broke all the historical records this year. Well, his
got better as the season went on.
Yes, and always had the better defender. Con Knipple had he was the third option. Nothing against Con. But Flag doesn't shoot efficient three-pointers like that. Nobody as a rookie has ever shot threes. There's more to basketball than shooting threes. And so also the playoffs continue today. The Lakers look like they eliminate the Rockets some 3-0, up 3-0, no KD, and LeBron turned back the hands of time. That last game in overtime, oh my God. And then you heard about what we talked about this briefly in Minnesota. T-Wolves got Jokic and the Nuggets on the ropes, up 3-1. A local kid, of course, Julius Randle, went to school down here and grew up in Prestonwood Baptist. He's doing that thing. And that's an arch rivalry thing.
And Cade better get some help.
Oh yeah, Detroit.
To me, that's been the best series of the playoffs.
Orlando ain't no joke. Here's what's so wild. I'm talking about local. So you got Cade Cunningham, who's local from Arlington, leading the Detroit Pistons. He's turned that whole franchise around. Down there in Orlando, Anthony Black.
Yeah.
He's from Duncanville. Led Duncanville to a state championship 4 years ago.
And I'll tell you what, Anthony Black's played his ass off.
Yes, he's playing well. But
they can beat the Pistons.
They can, because guess what? Orlando is playing like the team everybody thought they were going to be.
That's it. They're healthy.
Yeah.
They're healthy.
So and then you got the Celtics. First of all, Knicks could be in trouble. The Celtics, this is wild. It's not nobody's in trouble, but I'm just saying these series are interesting. And Phoenix is mad as hell.
Just real quick, from the 682, please expand on how Kyler Murray is one of the most gifted quarterback. I said athletically gifted quarterbacks we've ever seen. Okay, is what I mean. Because let me tell you, because say what you want about Kyler Murray as a quarterback, to get drafted in the top 10 of two professional sports,
baseball and football, and he is arguably the greatest high school football player in Texas history. High school Texas football history. Look it up. He never lost a game.
And So again, athletically gifted. I make
we're not
that
talking about
very
straight up arm talent.
We're talking about, and even his arm talent is pretty insane.
Very good.
Okay, like
on a dime. Imagine if he was
if he was 6'2" and actually studied tape.
Come on.
Man, look, this dude would be Pat Mahomes. All right, last thing, because I got to thinking about Jalen Suggs. We forget Jalen Suggs was a 4-star quarterback recruit coming out of high school. And chose basketball. I mean, you forget. I mean,
the talent.
The NBA playoffs this year, for as bad as the regular season was, and Blake and I said this before the playoffs started, the NBA can wash away all the negative talk with the good playoffs.
That's right.
And so far, look, the Suns are done. We knew that.
The ratings are through the roof. Everything.
All right.
It's exciting.
LeBron's LeBronin.
Man.
Okay, and if you're the Rockets, you might need to blow that thing up after the season's over because they're in trouble.
I think you just need Fred. Fred VanVleet.
They need Fred, but there's something there, though. They don't
have anybody to set him up.
I know.
They need a point guard.
There's still something about that team that just doesn't feel right. But the rest of it, the Detroit-Orlando series has been must-watch television. Speaking of must-watch, how about must-listen? Super Bowl MVP Larry Brown joins us next, talking all things Dallas Cowboys. Don't go anywhere. This is 105 through the Fan.
The more time you give, the more our crush grows. Together we continue to build something special. Keep turning it on and leaving it on 105.3 The Fan and the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Call Trajan today at 469-890-0098. That's 469-890-0098.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
At Alliance Hyundai, you can shop the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade today. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty and owner's assurance. Get our lowest price guaranteed. Come and see us today in person or visit us online at AllianceHyundai.net.
Sean and RJ here with the greatness of base power. Peak storm season is right around the corner. And for the first time in over a year, base power can install in weeks, not months. Thousands of Texans are switching to base power to get a whole home backup battery that automatically keeps your home running.
For a limited time, get $100 off with the fan while install slots are open at basepowercompany.com/thefan. That's basepowercompany.com/thefan. Take advantage of being a Tolo at Base Power.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Introducing Bluebell Pro, a dessert with up to 12 grams of protein and 110 calories or less per serving. Low fat, no added sugars, and gluten-free. Dig into a pint. It's more than just protein. It's Bluebell Pro. Never has high protein tasted so good.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream in your local grocer. If you can't find it, ask for it.
It's time to spring into deals at Lowe's. Freshen up your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Then get what you need to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on select laundry pairs. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Hola Dallas, the FIFA World Cup 2026 is almost here and Verizon is putting you right in the action. Bring the whole familia to the network America relies on and get 4 lines of unlimited welcome for just $25 per line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus, stream the FIFA World Cup 2026 by adding Fox One to catch every goal. Get ready, visit your nearest store and switch to Verizon. For new customers activating 4 new smartphone lines, $20 monthly credits applied over 36 months. In times of congestion, unlimited welcome 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speed. Fox One perk requires line subscribe to my plan. Must be 18 plus years or older. Additional terms apply.
The average car payment in America is now nearly $800 a month, and many auto loans stretch longer than 6 years. That means millions of drivers are paying for vehicles long after they're ready for something new. Most people don't actually have a car problem, they have a loan problem. That's why more drivers are calling D&M Leasing, the nation's leader in automotive leasing. Call 817 or 972-35-LEASE or visit dmautoleasing.com. D&M Leasing, the smarter way Texans drive.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
This segment on 105.3 The Fan is brought to you by the Frankels. If you've been injured in a car or truck wreck, call Frankel first, 214-817-333-3333. With Frankel & Frankel, there's never an out-of-pocket cost, and they only get paid when you win. Frankel & Frankel, the go-to car truck wreck attorneys in Dallas.
Text lines are fired up today. You guys got off to kind of a slow start, but I mean, it's 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. It's overcast. A lot of you guys are probably still laying around doing the damn thing, but maybe you've gotten up, gone to church, got that soul food in you, and now we're ready for the rest of our Sunday afternoon, ready for some Rangers. But more importantly, you're ready for Super Bowl MVP, TCU alum as well, one of the all-time OGs and Cowboy greats, Mr. Larry Brown joins us next.
LB.
And, Mr. Brown, how are we today, my man?
What's happening?
We are good, man. Just excited to draft. Got through the draft, and I feel good about what we did this year.
By the way, before we start talking some draft, shout out to LB. He was out there at Mid-Low Fest yesterday, too.
Okay.
So ran into my boy, my frat brother, LB, and I had to call him up and say, come on, Larry, let's see if we can't pop on there and talk about this draft.
That's a done deal. Anytime CA calls, but that's a deal. You don't even have to call him. That's automatic.
All right, appreciate you.
Well, speaking of automatic, it seemed like it was automatic that you took Caleb Downs with the 11th pick overall yesterday. How surprised were you that he fell to 11, and just what does this mean for this Cowboy defense now? And taking nothing away from Jalen Thompson, who we're also thoroughly excited about, but you've got a difference maker and just maybe an overall culture changer in Caleb Downs.
Absolutely. I think it was a great pick. This kid has experience. He started over 44 games in college. He played for both Nick Saban and Ryan Day, so he's been coached. And the kid comes from an NFL family. Brother played for the Colts. Dad played in the league. So this kid, he knows what it takes and what he needs to do, and he's a professional. And I think we've needed a safety. I thought that we have not had what I call – we had Roy Williams, who was a box safety. I think that type of player has been eliminated. But we have not had a true versatile safety since Darren Woodson. Yep. And I'm not saying he's Darren Woodson, but I'm saying he's a guy that can do some of the things that Darren did, and we've needed that for a long time.
So can you give, because you played with Woody, can you tell people some of the things that they might be familiar with Darren Woodson's work? They just heard about him. He's the all-time tackler in Cowboys history, should be in the Hall of Fame. But can you talk about it? Because you played with Woody, and by the way, Woody on social media when the pick was made and the comps were comparing him, he was like, yes, he agreed with all the comparisons. But you played with Woody. Tell people what you think, why people are making those comparisons, because you play with the guy.
A couple of things from a schematic standpoint. Normally, a safety, regular safeties can't cover these really, really good receivers and good tight ends. So they would normally have to take a safety out the game and put a nickel corner in, so to speak, because they had the skills to cover these guys. All these tight ends and receivers are so dynamic. Well, we didn't have to do that with Woody. We could line Darren Woodson up on Jerry Rice. We can line him up on Deion Sanders when he played receiver. That's the versatility. But he could also was strong enough to be able to play in the run game and give support, where a small corner can't really do both.
Yeah.
Caleb Downs now, he's not a safety that you have to take out. So you can stay in your base defense and just move him to the nickel. You don't have to bring in a corner, so to speak. Like you've seen over the years, like Scandrick was a corner, a nickel corner for us, and all the different guys they use.
Jordan Lewis.
This guy has the versatility to be in base and move that's from safety to nickel, and that's a plus.
One thing we've heard about Caleb Downs is that he can play your green dot as well. Now, how plausible is that you would run your defense where the safety is the green dot versus a linebacker?
It speaks to his knowledge of the game. It speaks to his capabilities. And ideally, you would rather the safety do that.
Really?
But you don't always get a guy who can do that.
Okay.
I know it sounds crazy. He has all the components. He's smart. He's physical. He can cover. And one thing I like to see out of my safeties, and you saw that at Alabama, you saw it at Ohio State, he's always around the ball.
Yeah.
When you think about the Cowboys and their safety the last several years, how many guys really made a bunch of plays or was always around the ball? Maybe they made a good tackle, but this guy has tremendous ball skills, and he's always around the ball, and I think that's a plus.
Can you talk about the match with Christian Parker? And by the way, Christian Parker is also me and Larry Brown's frat brother. We're Kappas. And Christian Parker is very, very smart, and he wants guys that they drafted and the guys that they traded for and the guys that they signed as free agents to be smart enough, have a football IQ to run his schemes. Can you talk about Christian Parker, and have you had a chance to visit with him at all yet? Because, he's just only been here a couple of months.
I have not had a chance to visit with him, but I follow him, and he is a tremendously smart, young guy.
34. Yeah.
I think what happens, CA, people assume that football players are always smart, and they can do this, and they can do that. So you may have a team of guys that you would love to run this defense, but you can't, because you can't get them on the same page. And a lot of people thought that last year, no disrespect to the team, like it looked like they just didn't know what they were doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't mean they didn't know. Maybe a coach tried to do more than what they could do, so to speak, what limits your defense. So when you have guys that are smart, that can line up, you love it because you can do more. And I think they've been limited to what they can do. And I'm not calling the guys dummies.
Right.
They had a lot of guys that just couldn't do that.
It's limited.
And it showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. And it showed up in the defense last year. So I think it was smart with Christian to say, hey, man, let's get guys who can do multiple things, who can line up right, who's always in the right place. And you never really heard that with your safeties. Like, where's the safety? The corner is running wide by himself. And it was kind of crazy. And so I think what Christian did was, hey, we got to change the culture. Let's bring in smart guys that know what to do, that have versatility, and he's building that. And I think you're doing, and also guys who love football. These were not problem guys that you had to manage, who had issues, who had, failed drug tests in college. They didn't bring those type of guys in. They're bringing guys in who love football, who want to be coached, who wants to be better. And I think it's going to pay dividends for him.
Former Dallas Cowboy, Mr. Larry Brown, joining us, talking all things NFL draft. Now, you still keep tabs. You spent a couple years with the Raiders. Do you still keep tabs on what they're doing?
They do. I root for the Raiders. I'm from Los Angeles. I love Mark Davis.
You're an LA guy.
He's a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And so I'm an LA guy. And I also believe there's certain teams that make the league better. Cowboys, Steelers, Packers. I believe the Raiders are one of them. When they're good, it's healthy for the league. So I like to see the Raiders get back to being competitive and being what the old Raiders was with their history, because I think it's good for the league.
Are you sold on Mendoza?
Look, I'll tell you the things I love about Mendoza. And I think his leadership, his commitment to work is exactly what that locker room needed.
Okay.
But at the same time, the organization has to be committed to building around him. Now, by far, there's not enough there. The line is average. There's no superstar tight end or receiver he has yet.
Well, I would push back on the tight end. I mean, you do have Brock Bowers.
Let me back up. I'm sorry.
And they got a running back.
I'm sorry. I apologize. When I meant veteran, Brock is in the second year, and he did amazing. But you can't ask a second-year guy to be the leader of the freaking team or the organization.
That's fair. Right. That's fair.
That has failed for so long. He's an incredible player, and I think he's going to have an amazing career. But when you talk about leadership in the locker room, when you're looking to a second-year guy to lead the locker room,
you're in trouble, right? I mean, you ain't got anybody.
You're in trouble. They don't have anybody. So I think I think what they did was smart. They brought Kirk Cousins in, who has incredible leadership.
Glad to go. Yeah, there you go.
Amazing, and I think that's going to help them. But they have to continue that. They can't fix all their problems overnight. And I think the same thing with the Cowboys. They needed guys that can bring leadership to the team. Who's really the leader? I know Dak's on offense, and you got CD and guys like that, but I mean true leadership. Guys who can bring that team together when things are tough. So it goes back. I think teams need those type of guys in the locker room. And I think one of the reasons the Cowboys have had a problem, they've been renting guys,
Yes.
You sign Tony Pollard, franchise him, he's gone next year. You bring Rico Dowdle, he does good, he's gone next year. You're bringing guys in and out. So there's no true leadership that can ever be established that can sustain the team. There have been guys that had some leadership roles, but it's not been enough to sustain the team when things got tough.
Okay, staying with that Raiders-Cowboys connection, a guy that was bandied about is your boy Max Crosby. Now, he gets traded, boom, then that trade gets negated. Jerry, in typical Jerry fashion, says, hey, I'm not saying we won't revisit it. Who knows? We don't know what that knee's going to look like when it's all said and done. Would you, if the medical's checked out, now, of course, the Dallas Cowboys doctor was one of the people that observed everything, but if this thing were to look better in a month or two and trade talks were to be revisited, would you roll the dice on a Max Crosby? And take us through what might be going on in Las Vegas for a guy that gets traded and then the trade gets negated. What's that feeling like? And I know you haven't had going through that necessarily, but what's that going back?
Well, we had a guy, Brock Marion, did that.
Okay.
When Brock left Dallas, it got traded, and it fell apart. And he ended up going to Miami with Jimmy. Mm-hmm. But as it relates to Max, I'm biased about Max.
Okay.
I know Max. I know his family. Max went to Colleyville Heritage High
That's
School.
right.
That's right. My kids and my whole family went to Colleyville.
Yep.
I've known Max since Little League football.
Okay,
a little skinny kid at Colleyville and middle school here. So, I love Max. And the one thing I love about Max is his leadership and his motor. And so I thought the Cowboys should have went and got him. And what I said is I'm putting my GM hat on. Draft day, I would have went back and offered them the same thing I offered the first time. They offered a first, second for Max. And Baltimore came back for two first-rounders. Clearly, they had to take that deal. But I would have went back and brought Max. Max, 27 years old. Mm-hmm. His leadership, he has a lot of football left. Mm-hmm. And I know Max. He's going to work through that injury. And he's going to come back with vengeance because that's who he is. As a kid, he loves football. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame. And I thought that would have been a great addition. And it would have been the most experienced, proven guy. Yeah. You got Quentin Williams-Clark. They're good guys. Mm-hmm. But there's no Max Crosby across that front. You add Max Crosby to Clark and Williams. Wow, what does that look like? How does that help that secondary? So if I was Jerry, they didn't do it. They used both first-round picks, but I would have went back to the original offer. I'll give you a first and a second for Crosby. And he's going to be fine. He didn't have an ACL.
Right.
I mean, MCL is common. Guys have it. They'll come back from it. But he's worth it. I think he has a good 4 or 5 years left, easy.
We're talking to Cowboys great Super Bowl MVP Larry Brown. The draft just happened. It's over now. But in the war room for the Dolphins was former Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman, who's an advisor for the Dolphins. What are your thoughts on Troy being an advisor for the Dolphins and the fact that Jerry never asked Troy's opinion on anything?
I just had dinner with Troy maybe about 3 weeks ago, and I love Troy. Good man. And so I think it's unfortunate, okay? Mm-hmm. And I think Troy would have loved – look, Matt Ryan got brought into the front office
Atlanta,
his organization. So I think there's a little sense of disrespect. But the Cowboys and Jerry made this known a long time ago. It's a family business. That's Steven's role and all that stuff, and that's not going to change. But I think having someone outside the family with a wealth of knowledge, I love Will McClay.
Yeah.
But he's not Troy, okay? Leading teams, winning championships, leading players. And he's been through great guys from, Jimmy Johnson and all the great coaches he's played for, Barry Switzer. I think Troy has an element that he could have brought just kind of outside the room. And I'm not saying that the Cowboys disrespect it, but it seems like there's a lack of appreciation for it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so kudos to Miami of bringing Troy. I mean, Brady, the Raiders brought Tom in.
Yep, the Raiders brought Brady in. He owns a piece of the team, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, but you can own a team and not be a part of decisions.
Right, but they want to pick his brain. Yep.
Yeah. What can you bring to the table? And so I think Troy had a lot to offer. I wish he would have been here in Dallas. Unfortunately, Miami saw a little more value than Jerry did in Troy. And I think he's going to do a good job at helping them to establish and rebuild that team.
It reminds me of how Larry Bird has absolutely nothing to do with the Celtics. He's all Indiana Pacers because the Celtics didn't want to use his talents. It's a shame.
And and look what he did in Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, all those guys, Paul George,
all these years,
all the great players that he Indiana was non-existent
Reggie Miller
prior. Look at what Kerr did.
Yep.
I know they had Mark Jackson on the Kerr, but look what Golden State did. You know what I mean? First, I know it was Mark at first, but then went on the Kerr. Those guys have so much to bring to the table. And kudos for the organizations that recognize it. I think Jerry's dynamic is, hey, it probably would be a conflict with Steven and you know, how they go about their model, but I think they need an outside look. I really do. I think it's time, personally. And I don't think it diminishes it. I don't think it diminishes his role or Steven's role to have someone outside like a Troy, a part of the family, to say, hey, how do we get back to doing it? And then I think the league's changed. CA, if you look what Seattle did.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out winning the Super Bowl. You look at teams now, and I don't know if you noticed this, the last couple of years, the teams in the Super Bowl, other than Mahomes, didn't have an $80 million quarterback. You know, Purdy gets there. Sam Darnold gets there. So now they don't have a bunch of high-profile guys, just really, really talented players. They've drafted well. They've developed well. And I think that's where the new league is. For the most part, obviously your Mahomes are your exceptions and your Lamar Jacksons. But the teams that's going to be successful now are going to have to draft and develop well. And I think you're going to see that. Those are the guys that are going to be consistently in the hunt each year. And, yeah.
No, and to your point, the fact that, and this was something that was brought up with Tom Brady, is the fact that Troy gets to see the league week in, week out. Right? And you know, I mean, look, the NFL already gave Tom carte blanche by saying, okay, look, you get to be a part of all these meetings, and I know they shut him down for a year of it, but he still gets to see and be around these facilities and then bring all that information back. Now, I don't know that he's necessarily bringing insider trading, but you get a chance to see how different teams operate week in and week out.
Right.
All right? You know what information Troy has probably gleaned in the last decade 100%. Plus from watching how and we already know. I mean, look. I mean, and again, kind of a side note. Look at what he's done in the beer business already. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that's kind of a crazy example, but you know, beer's a very competitive business. And oh, by the way, you know, people ain't drinking like they used to. And guess what? 8 beers all up in the mix. And why? Because you know, Troy brought something different to it. Got to ask you this, being an LA guy, how impressed are you? And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and assume that you're a Laker guy. How impressed are you with what your Lakers have done in this first round?
I love my Lakers. I'm on cloud 9. I'm a diehard Laker fan, and I would love to see LeBron go out on that shining armor. I don't know if he will, but there's no way with Luka being hurt and Austin Reeves being hurt, no one thought the Lakers would be up 2-3-0 in this series.
Exactly.
But, hey, there you go. So I'm going to give them their credit, and I love to see LeBron, if he can get one more, call it a day and go out on top with that. And I just wanted to touch back on what you said about Troy. I call it silent arrogance. The organization doesn't realize how much Troy, like you said, at games. Yeah. He's talking to players. He's talking to coaches. Yeah. He's learning things that maybe the regular person don't know. And I understand organizations think we're an NFL team. We can find out everything. There's a lot of little things you may not know. Exactly. How does a teammate really feel about a guy? You know what I mean? Do they really think he's a leader? It's a lot and I think Tom has that because he's there every week, and Troy has that as well. Being in that environment to be able to bring a lot of insight that maybe the pre-draft process doesn't reveal, so to speak. I mean, what does the kid really like in the locker room? Yeah. What do his teammates really think about him? You know, what is his work ethic? What do some of the coaches really feel? You know, that may say something to Troy that they don't want to say to an NFL owner, so to speak. You see what I mean? And so,
I mean, he's Troy freaking Aikman, man.
Yep.
Yeah, there's things I would say to Chris that I probably would not say to somebody else. You see what I mean? Yeah. And so I think Troy has that unique ability as well, and he's smart.
Exactly.
And he knows football.
Yep.
You know what I mean? In addition, so I think it's just sad that the Dallas Cowboys have not used a reliable, serious. And the thing about Troy, I'll say this. A lot of guys, and I love my boys, is doing a lot of them on TV, media, they're doing entertainment. Troy's not entertainment. He is a serious dude. He wants to win.
Troy breaks it down. I've always said about Troy Aikman. I've always said about Troy Aikman. The one thing I appreciate him as a color commentator, he does not care. Troy Aikman is going to call it like he sees it. I've been a Troy Aikman fan for a long time from a color commentator perspective because he tells you what he sees on the field, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, like I love Mike Irvin. That's my boy. I love Mike. Mike's show's called The White House. It's entertainment. Troy is not an entertainment guy. Nope. He's a serious football guy. You know what I mean?
That's right. 100%.
And that's what they need. That's what they need.
He's an analyst.
And that's not to knock my boy Mike. I love him. And that's not to knock the show. It's incredible.
Right.
But there's a difference between entertainment and winning football. And Troy's a guy like that. He wants to win. He is a super competitor. And I'm wishing him well at Miami. I wish it would have been in Dallas, but I'm hoping that I'd like to see his success resonate down there. So I'm rooting for him.
LB, thanks for popping on the show, man. Can't thank you enough. We got to do it more often.
All right, baby. Anytime.
You got it, man. Take care.
All right, buddy.
There you have it, the one, the only. What a legend. What a legend. Great
Larry
insight,
Brown.
and I certainly
TCU.
appreciate that as well. All right, final segment of the show, home run picks when we come back. Don't go anywhere. This is 105 Through the Fan.
Texans enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to get Texas-sized savings. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, USDA Choice Nolan Ryan Angus Boneless Chuck or Shoulder Roasts are only $6.97 a pound with your card. Kroger, Texas proud since 1955.
Your kid goes to bed a size 8 and wakes up a size 10. That's not magic. That's expensive. Unless you shop at Academy Sports and Outdoors. They've got undefeatable prices on all the best brands in sports gear, like Nike, Easton, and Baseball Lifestyle 101. And on the off chance that you find a better price at a competitor, Academy will beat it by 5%. That's their best price guarantee, which kind of is magic. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Hey, Tolo, Sean, and RJ here with the official coffee of the morning show. Just love coffee. The coffee is legit, specialty roasted, up for Roaster of the Year. It's one of those spots you notice the difference after you take that first sip in the morning of Just Love Coffee.
Smooth, balanced, not that burnt, bitter taste you get from a lot of other places, and real food made from scratch. That makes all the difference. Just an awesome, easy place to be. Just Love Coffee in Grand Prairie and Arlington. Tell them Sean and RJ sent you to Just Love.
Hey, Tolos, it's RJ Choppy here, and it's that time of year. Time to plan that summer golf getaway. Every year for the last 15 years, I've made the trip to Gaylord, Michigan in the middle of summer, and every year I'm like, man, this is amazing. 72 degrees in July and August. It's a great place for a guy's trip. It's the ultimate guy's trip. It's a great place to bring your lady. My wife and I have gone up there for the last few years. We absolutely love it. If you're a golfer, if you love the outdoors, if you love 70-degree weather in July and August, Gaylord, Michigan. 16 championship golf courses, all available online, GaylordGolfMecca.com.
It's a baseball weekend on 105 Through the Fan, presented by K-Post Roofing.
The outside sweeping to the lead.
Lone Star Park is your home for races, food, and fun for the whole family. Tickets are on sale now for the Thoroughbred Racing season. Join us for extreme racing on Saturday and Sunday, April 25th and 26th. Watch our jockeys race with camels, zebras, and ostriches. Plus, we'll have live music and family fun activities.
The horses are ready. Are you?
Aaron Judge and the Yankees are coming to the ballpark April 27th through the 29th. And you know Corey Seager and the Rangers will be ready for this early season showdown.
And Seager blasts that one center field again. It's gone!
So make your plans to be at the ballpark for this 3-game series. It's the only visit from the Yankees this year. Don't miss it. The energy will be through the roof. Get your tickets at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Hello, Dallas. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. Ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
The basketball playoffs are underway, and now you can trade every game on Kelsey. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. San Antonio is trading at 12% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $784 if they take the title. On Kelsey, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in and out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kelsey app and use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI. Kelsey, trade on anything.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then carefully pack your order in our refrigerated trucks. And our cool trucks keep your food fresh right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. Get free delivery during online deal days, plus $30 off your first online order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's Zach Wolchuk and Brian Broaddus for The Fan, and we've been breaking down the best college players for the draft, but thanks to East Dallas Diesel, Brian and I have teamed up with Dallas Animal Services to evaluate some future best friends. Brian, how's Brady looking?
Love his name, and like the legend, Brady will thrive in your house. His skill set continues to improve, great energy, but also a calmness. Easy to care for, fun to train, and will bond with you quickly.
If you're interested in Brady, get more information today at 1053thefan.com/adopt.
This final segment on 105 Through the Fan is brought to you by Classic Chevrolet. If you're in the market to upgrade your vehicle, get the Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine. #1 Chevy dealership in the world, 3 years straight. They got more new Chevys than anyone, all priced to sell. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. This is Texas. This is Classic Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Based on new Chevy registrations 2023 through 2025.
Final segment of the show. What a show it's been. I mean, loaded. Draft hit after draft hit. Mm-hmm. It's like a night out on the town with Rossini and Vrabel. Just one hit after another. I'll tell you what, man, what a night it's been. Okay, let's rattle off this starting lineup for your Texas Rangers. Brandon Nimmo out in right field. He's your leadoff guy today. Jock Peterson batting second. He'll be DHing today. Corey Seager at third. They're batting third. Josh Young.
Red hot Josh Young.
Man, I'll tell you what, he's the hottest batter in your lineup right now. He's batting fourth. Evan Carter in center at fifth. Jake Berger at first base is batting sixth. Josh Smith back out at second base. He'll be seventh. Danny Jansen. Catcher. And then Alejandro Osuna.
The young kid. The kid.
My guy. Yeah. Alejandro Osuna is going to be starting in left field. And, of course, as we alluded to earlier in the program, one Mr. Kumar Rocker will be your starter on the bump today. While I got you guys here, let me get out my my pen. Dan's Transmissions. You guys know the vibes over there off of 30 and Jim Miller. If you need your car fixed, go see my boy Dan. All right, who's your home run pick?
So, funny thing, we talked Josh Young. He is 2 for 8 versus JT Ginn.
Yeah.
Both of his hits are home runs. So, we're going to say Josh Young.
Back-to-back home run days is what you're saying?
He's hot, man. It's a beach ball to him.
Jungle Cat.
It's a beach ball to him.
How's your dating life? If you know, you know.
Not as good as Josh Young's.
In fairness to you, you did predict.
I told you.
That his
it's my guy.
Would bounce back faster than your dating life.
I'm kind of good at this.
What, dating or Josh Young?
Hey, yo.
Who wins today, by the way?
I think the Rangers pull it out.
Yeah. Rocker
again, Rocker's control has been phenomenal recently, so I want to see it great. Let's go 5-3.
5-3. Okay. Josh Young with the home run. C8.
It's a Seager Sunday.
Okay, I like it.
He's at home. The conditions are great.
Okay, Seager Sunday home run. Score?
Rangers win 5-2.
5-2. I like it. All right. I'm going to go with Burger Bomb.
Burger Bomb.
Burger Bomb.
Jake Burger Bomb.
Okay, Burger Bomb's been good to me. I've got him with the home run. I've got my boy Kamar Rocker going 6 innings strong. I've got your Texas Rangers winning today 6-3. Those two yahoos in the back, Jet Nelson and Dylan.
Cameo.
Both. Who's your home run picks?
Let's go Danny Jansen. Let's go a little crazy on a Sunday.
Oh, I like where your head's at. Okay. All right. And what say Dylon with his North Texas green shirt on?
Let's just go with Jock. Why not? He needs it.
I like where your head's
Go
at.
sign it.
Okay. Home run. Scores, boys. Scores.
Let's go 4-2 Texas Rangers.
Okay. 4-2 Texas.
We'll stick with the Texas train. 6-5.
6-5. I love it. I love it. Straight down the pike, boys. Mm-hmm. Like a Kamar Rocker fastball, straight down the pike.
I like it.
Are on the Texas Ranger train today. And, of course, we'll hand this thing off here in about 2 minutes. Overall, your grade, and you know what? Don't even say the grade. Just overall, your vibes, your feels for this Texas, or excuse me, not the Texas, but the Dallas Cowboys draft after the last 3 days.
Oh, I'm going to give it an A, a solid A, because they didn't mess around.
Nope.
They actually made a couple of moves.
They did
to augment this thing. So I'm gonna give it an A, solid A.
I'm gonna give it an incomplete because we don't know yet. But this much I will say: I will give it an A+ for the simple fact that you came away with the one guy that you had to come away with.
Yes.
All right, because
and they didn't have to reach far to get him.
They did. You gave up 2 5th-round picks, which nobody cares.
That's right.
Okay,
moved
nobody
up one
cares.
spot. You didn't have to go up to number 6. You didn't have to do anything crazy.
Hell, maybe Troy did you a solid.
Maybe
Troy did you a solid because I have a hard time believing that somebody didn't give him a better offer.
You mean the Dolphins?
Yes.
That was the trick of the whole deal was you couldn't wait for that. You couldn't assume. What if somebody came along? So you had to make that move.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying if you're the Dolphins, you know what I mean?
You could have waited a little longer and said, "Hey, Cowboys are trying to make this move."
You don't think somebody gave them a better offer than 2 5s? So that's what I'm saying. I wonder if Troy did them a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what? Let's go ahead and make this thing happen.
know.
Hey, like I said, we'll never know. But either way, it does not matter. If you are Kobe Durant, I think the big news we're all waiting for this week is what needs to be done so that Caleb Downs gets number 2 and you can start, because those jerseys will fly off the shelf.
Yes, they will. And also, I'm waiting to see officially. I know he's going to, but I want to see officially George Pickens' signature on his
Pickens watch, contract,
1-year deal
on the tender.
The tender.
It needs to get done. If you can get that done, sign 1 or 2 more linebackers like Vach and Brous both pointed out. You're going to be feeling pretty good, about things. Shout out to Larry Brown.
Hey.
Shout out to Brian Broaddus. Shout out to Vach. Shout out to Nick Harris as well. For Trevor, for Chris, I'm Fred. Good night. God bless. Go Rangers.
Take us with you wherever you go. Now heard on the iHeartRadio app, YouTube, Twitch, the TuneIn app, our Odyssey app, and of course with the biggest mother of a radio signal in DFW. Thanks for making your favorite travel buddy 105.3 The Fan.
Some boots clock out after one shift, while others are getting ready for the shift after the shift. From work days to weekends, Academy Sports and Outdoors has boots, shirts, and pants from brands like Ariat, Carhartt, Wolverine, Cat, Justin, Skechers, and Levi's at undefeatable prices every day. And if you happen to find a lower price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. So get the kind of gear that doesn't mind a little overtime at Academy. Fun can't lose.
It's home selling